scariest city on earth. It's Late Night Tonight. With David Sanders. Tonight, Lance from Saints. Plus, Don Andrews in the Channel 9 Band. And now your host, David Sanders.
Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. Lovely to have you on episode 2 of the one and only Late Night Tonight with David Sanders. Let me greet everyone in the chat here. We have Stella, we have Tracy, we got Bagger, we have Boss Man, we have Wongberger, we have Mike, we saw 445, Stella, do not yoke me. We have various people. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. Is Joseph, welcome in. David Piss, do not call me Piss. I'm not Piss. I've never pissed my pants once. Not yet. There's a lot more life to come. There is. Hope everyone's have a fantastic night on this on this action-packed episode. Casual, welcome in. Time, welcome in. This action-packed episode 2 of Late Night Tonight. We're only just getting started. This is still the inception of Late Night Tonight. We're still in the very beginning, I gotta say. But guess what? This is an episode I'm very excited about. And with that, let's get into our opening remarks, shall we? Wongberger, welcome in. Ask him to take you to a prom party. What's that? Eat pickle. This is Late Night Tonight, not Pickle Tuesday. Flossify, welcome in. All right, let's get into our opening remarks, shall we? Our opening remarks. We have them here. Opening remarks here. We have, in recent news, Pokimane released a clip on our Instagram saying how to avoid toxic people. This is coming after she called all of her viewers stupid broke bitches. There it is. There's that one. Second, also on big streamer news, we have organization OTK. Huh? Recently, they've been known for milking GTRP for every ounce of original content they can find. That is true. And they also found out, it's very true, that recently they took 50% of a charity drive's money for themselves. OTK more like OTK money-sucking vampires. And last but not least, our last thing of the opening news. Latest news is that Twitch laid off 250 people. 250 people. That's a lot. But I gotta say, DJ Clancy does have a Boiler Room set coming up later this month with Extra Emily in vinyl. Is very expensive. There it is. We have an action-packed episode tonight. We have our first guest, Lance from Saints, and musical performance by Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman is going to bring a musical performance tonight, I gotta say. I'm excited for Corey. That guy knows what he's doing. There it is. Now, shall we? The tunnels didn't make the news. They didn't. It's mostly Twitch news, Joseph. Mostly Twitch news. But let's bring in our guest of the night, our featured guest. A long-time person I've known for a very long time. And that is Lance from Saints. Welcome in, Lance. Welcome in.
Oh, God. It's so good to be here. Look at this. What a wonderful place. Is my shirt low enough? I tried to make sure it was very low cut.
If you could get it a little lower, that would bring the viewers in. That's what we need. As low as you can.
I know sex sells. You know, it's episode 2. You're trying to get some viewers in here, so there we go. I'll even open it up a little bit.
We need breasts. Welcome in, Denny. Welcome in. But, Lance, I want to thank you. For you coming on. You were one of the first people that I met on Twitch. I gotta say, when did I meet? How long were you streaming when I'd only been streaming for 2 months when I first found you, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was about the same for me, because I've talked
David
about
Sanders
this before.
is
I did
looking
a little,
super
it was a little
fucking
test
wet.
period.
It
was
is kind of gross, to be honest.
I don't even know. What was it? 2023?
What it was? So I started in July of 2022.
2022. 2022, You're right. So it was January of 2022. I did a little test period. Yeah. And then I took like 9 months off.
Holy shit.
And I came back in September. And then it was like, I think it was the end of October. I went on Cupot, and that's when I met you and Dark, and I met everybody.
Oh, you met him there too? I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, dark. Yeah, I don't know why he stopped going on too. It was the same thing with you. You stopped going on for a period.
Yeah,
I don't know
did.
what happened.
I did. I mean,
What?
it's a lot of pressure going on there. It's a lot of pressure. I mean, you never know. You come out of it. Sometimes I go in there and be like, I failed. I'm miserable. I'm a failure. Then other times be like, I'm the best.
You know how many times that's happened to me?
It's mental anguish. I don't know how you do it. You have the mental fortitude of an ox. You really do.
You know how many times it's fucking I've left and I have felt worse than I've ever felt in my life, Angry Scar?
I mean,
but you do it, that's how you build character.
It's true.
That's how you build character.
It's true. But Lance, let me show you here. So our original plan today, I wanted to get you on later into the show cycle, but I did have planned. This is a plan that fell through. That I was on Fiverr looking for life coaches. I was looking for a Fiverr life coach to be our guest today.
Okay.
And I messaged literally 25 different Fiverr life coaches. Would you like to go through those responses with me?
What? Yeah. What did anybody say? Yeah.
So let's get to it. Let me show you what these people said. So I give them all this whole spiel. This is the spiel. I'm like, hey, Sarah, I'm a Twitch.television streamer known by Angry Scar 09. I was curious if you like to book a session but broadcast it live on Tuesday night. It'd be a very unique experience, and I would love your advice. I'd love your advice. This is what Sarah had to say. She didn't say that. She said, I don't think so. That would not be fruitful. That would not be fruitful is what she said. Well, I've never...
Well, she was direct. You gotta respect that.
I mean, not fruitful. I mean, of all the ways to response, not fruitful. I mean, that's...
She was professional.
I guess. Then she says, I'm unaware about your past, present, or your mindset, is how she ended it.
Well, okay, well, I mean, she got a little spiritual there at the end. I'm not really sure what that was, but you got to respect it. She's, you got to respect the hustle. I mean, she has a certain clientele, and you didn't meet it.
She didn't know the mindset I was in. I mean, that's okay. Yeah. That's okay. All right, let's go into the next one right here. Let's go into the next one. Now, this guy caught me off guard immediately because he just called me dear. He called me. I've never had someone just call me dear right out the bat.
Nice.
So I give him the spiel, and he says, "Sure, dear. I would be glad to go on your show." And I'm like, "Whoa, that's awesome. That's awesome." Then,
that's a good guy. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm like, "That would be amazing." His name is Siraj, by the way.
Okay, good guy.
It'd be 7 p.m. Eastern via call. Let me check. This would be Tuesday night. Zoom is perfect. I'll send you a custom offer. And that's when he asked to charge you $130.
That's not a bad deal. You took him up on that, right?
His original booking fee was $25, and then he wanted a custom $130 offer.
What is the budget production on this? What am I walking into? What is the budget on this?
Like $25 an episode.
What is the fucking budget? Because I know a thing or two about low budget projects. Let me tell you.
Yeah, we will get into that. We will.
As soon as I walked on this set, I said, "Oh boy, another one, huh?"
Welcome in, Bill. Welcome in. Welcome in. Now this guy. Oh. Chatty's welcome in. There's none of that on his robe. He has very clean robes. That's disgusting.
I need to observe
Don't listen
it
to
for
Chattius.
science.
Don't listen to him.
Who said that?
Chattius Thaddeus. He's
that's showbiz, baby.
He's a menace, I gotta say. So I mentioned this guy. I give him the whole spiel. He says, "What would be the topic?" And then I wrote up this whole fake thing, and I was like, how I could tackle my anxiety in interviews, and that was like what I said. And he was like, I've never practiced live streaming. Coaching is something very personal and private. I don't think I'm available for live streaming.
Yep. So he wasted
Jesus. Time. We got fucking gunfire out here. We are in New York City. It is getting rough down here. Good lord. Good lord, Yeepdo. Be careful around here, will you? All right, let's go on a few more of those, shall we? Let's see. We have this lady right here. So also, I went off of, eventually I was like, oh, another therapist aren't going to be. I'm going to just look for a gamer girl. The gamer girls that you can hire where you just play games with a girl. And that's it.
What a business.
That's a thing. That's a thing. And then she was, yes. So I give her the spiel. She says, hey, sounds interesting. What were you thinking of doing? The 7 p.m. Eastern. It'd be 2 m for me. I can't do it.
You just can't work with people like that.
I mean, 90% of these people, they're not in, they're just across the world. I don't think I came across a single one that was even close to me. And last but not least, we have Albert, which was pretty damn cool. He's a pretty cool guy. We started off, and he was like, this guy, he was literally, you could hire him for $25 for 3 hours. I think he was kind of desperate. I think he was kind of,
that's a deal.
I mean, good lord. That's a lot. That is a lot.
Wow.
So I give him the spiel. He says, good day. Nice to meet you. That would be nice. Tuesday, right? And then he's like, all right. Sounds good. Message me on Monday. And he's like, will do, brother. Have a fantastic day. I messaged him. The guy never answers me.
You can't trust people.
That was the Fiverr escapades I had. That was the Fiverr escapades. They're honestly, I spent all day Saturday trying to hunt one of these people down, and just all I got was just getting shut down, crapped on. I mean, I was doing my best to try to come up with an original idea. I was trying.
I'm so pissed off that you had to deal with that. I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna message quite a few of those gamer girls, and I'm gonna see if I can. I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna have them spend quite a few hours gaming with me just as payback for you.
You should. You should. I'm a professional RuneScape girlfriend. That sounds good. I'm a gamer girl in Barbie World.
I'm gonna do that. I can't believe it.
They have a whole different service that is just for hiring gamer girls. There really is. There's a whole other service.
Like that's an actual
that's
tab
that's
that you can click?
That's a thing. People do that.
And let me guess. Let me take a guess. There's no tab under that says gamer guy.
Not of course not. Because if there was, you'd be at the top of it.
Of course. I didn't even realize that was a business. I gotta look into that now. That's a new niche.
So let's get into the backstory of Lance. So you want to tell us about about your Amazon series for people that don't know? You had a series on Amazon Prime Video, which I'm sure isn't easy to do. How was that? Tell me about that.
Well, so yeah, I have of course have told this story many of times. I had a show, Saints the miniseries, that I was making with some friends. And about halfway through, I realized I needed some additional actors. So I cobbled together a teaser trailer, put it online, and next thing I knew, I had like 160 resumes of people sending in their stuff.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so as soon as I got that, I said, oh shit, we have like, that was the first time I even realized like I could even get actors. I never even had a notion that I could like get people to act for me.
Where'd you post this resume though? Where'd you post it?
So I posted it on IMDb Pro.
Oh shit.
And Backstage.com. Those are the two websites.
Damn.
Yeah. So I put it on there, and I think the reason I got so many responses is purely because of the trailer. It just looked legitimate. It almost tricked people. People they saw that and they went, "Oh shit. Oh, I want to be a part of this.
Gonna be
Look
good.
at this fucking action movie. This is gonna kick ass."
This is the next Top Gun.
Yeah. Little did they know, it was not. It was and again, I mentioned earlier, I know a thing or two about low budgets. It was a $1,000 budget project that I was cobbling together. So I got some actors. We filmed it. Once I got some real actors, I said, you know what? I can probably get this on a service somewhere. Looked into Amazon. There was kind of a whole process. You had to have a press kit. Okay. You had to have a website, so I had to have a Saints the miniseries website.
What is a press kit, if you mind me asking? What's a press kit?
So press kit is this whole thing I had to make, and it took me like a week. It was this thing that was like 15 pages long. I still have it. I have it on my computer somewhere. I can probably pull it up on stream one time. But it was like biographies of all the cast and crew. I had to reach out to everybody who was in it. They all had to give backgrounds. I had to give, there was like a whole Q&A section with me. There was a Q&A with the executive producer and all. Like it was a bunch of just like technical stuff. Shit. And it was stuff that you had to be able to give to, media outlets so that they could talk about what you did. So that was important for Amazon because they wanted to make sure if you made something, media outlets could talk about it. So you had to have a press kit. You had to have a website. You had to have an IMDb page. And then there were a couple of other things. I think you had to have a couple of external websites.
Yeah.
I had to have Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
I forget what the other one was. But yeah, it was just a bunch of shit they had to put together. But it was free. And if you were willing to put the work in, it was possible for anybody to get shit on there. That's why there's a lot of junk on there.
Yeah. And how was the process? Because I gotta say, you did say before that it was on all this time, that eventually it got ripped. It got taken off. What's the process? Did they email you saying, you're not making the cut? I mean, it's not getting enough sales. Is that how it was?
So basically what had happened is it was on there for 2 years. At the end of the 2 years, I got an email. And it was basically the way that they worded it professionally, but it was basically that your show doesn't meet our quality standards. So it had nothing to do with views. It was purely because the show was bad. That's why I tell everybody. That's why I tell everyone. I say no, it really is bad. The views, as time was going on, and this is why it sucked. And when it happened, I was upset. The views were growing as it got taken down. So by the time it finished, I think it had 160,000 people tuned in.
Holy
but a lot
crap.
of that, a lot of that was towards the end, and it was starting to get to Europe, and it was starting to expand, and then they ripped it down. But I think
What the hell?
But that's why they ripped it, is because I think it was starting to expand. More people were seeing it, and they were going, "Oh yeah, this is fucking horrible. We got to take this down. We can't let eyeballs see this." So it was bad. It was just a bad product.
Bill says, I have a buddy that's an hour stand-up on Amazon Prime. He said it is doable. I mean, it sounds like you just need the whole background. That's all it takes. Because I know back when before I got into streaming, I made music for 9 years. And I contacted labels that got my music on Spotify. And apparently that is also super easy to do. You think Spotify, it's hard to get on. It really isn't. Like, I still have an EP up there from years ago that probably 30 people have listened to. So, I mean, that's another one.
Yeah, it's the same thing with movies. People just see it on Amazon and they're like, "Holy shit, you must have got a deal." I remember one of the reviews, somebody was like, "I can't believe Amazon paid for this." It's like, they didn't fucking pay me. What are you, nuts? I'm lucky if I broke even from Amazon. They didn't give me jack shit. But if you put the work in, yeah, you can get it on there. It costs nothing. It's, again, though, I don't know. Times have changed. That was, a decade ago. I don't even know what the process is today.
He's getting the same email from Twitch in a year. That's not true. That is not. Twitch doesn't do that.
He just said.
Chatty, he's just trying to drag you through the mud.
You know what?
Really
I don't. Can he be banned?
No, we'll save that for another time. We'll have to review his backlog.
Pull him out of the audience,
definitely.
Please.
We do have a lot of security in here. But I gotta say, when it comes to streaming, what is it that really jump started you wanting to start a stream? What was your inspiration of wanting to be like, I can do this. I want to be on there. I can do it.
I took a very long break from filming anything. I was making board games for a long time.
Toy?
I wanted to be in front of the camera again.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I was quite ready to do a scripted thing. And I don't know, at the time, the only person really I watched was Moist Critical. That was the only person. That was who I started watching on Twitch. And I don't know, he's very monotone. I've said this before, his opinions are very base level, they're not deep or anything. Yeah. And yet he's still got thousands and thousands of people tuning in. So I thought, you know what, maybe my personality would be enough to carry me on Twitch. We could see. So I thought I'd try it out, and yeah, I mean, it's just panned out. It's, I've been very fortunate so far.
Yeah, and do you remember back in the day, Moist Critical, when he had the YouTube channel, they even show his face and just had those videos? Do you remember those days?
I did not watch that.
Really?
I probably started watching him maybe a year before the pandemic or during the pandemic. Yeah. Somewhere around there. It was relatively soon. I watched him for like a year or two, and then that's when I finally got on Twitch. Yeah, so it was maybe 2020, somewhere around there.
Those years, honestly, I don't know if those years are ever going to replicate on Twitch. That was like the biggest boom period where everyone got their partner, everyone got like their channels exploded. Like those years. I
wasn't around for that.
No,
I didn't even know what Twitch was.
Yeah, I came in kind of late as well. I have a buddy that I went to high school with that he streamed Fortnite, and he turned out to be a Fortnite streamer that to this day gets 300 average viewers playing Fortnite every day. Every day.
That always seems to be the case with me, though. I'm always late to the party, which is aggravating.
That's just how it is. I mean, those days, because I watched Twitch occasionally. I watched Justin TV. That's what I used to watch.
Yeah, see, I never saw. Yeah, I was not watching back in those days.
That was the Wild West. They had just like running like television shows. Quap, that's another real popular one. Quap, and they had what was the one with the people, and it was like Happy Wheels or something. That was another real big one.
Newgrounds? I used to go on Newgrounds.
Newgrounds was the best.
That was the only thing. I never did any of that live streaming stuff. I was on Newgrounds most of the time when I was younger.
That's good shit.
Actually, me and last night, me and Tracy were going back through old VODs of like when I first started streaming. I was like a different man. Like I was like so reserved. I was so like quiet, so scared. Were you in the same way when you started? Oh, come on.
No, I wasn't. Not at all.
You're always very abrasive. The robes started right in the beginning. How'd the robes, they just showed up?
So yeah, the robes, honestly, that was just because I stream late at night, and it's like, I'm fucking comfy. I don't care. What am I going to dress up every single time I come on stream? That was kind of the big thing, is I didn't want to have people expect me to dress up, and I'd have to fucking put a whole thing. It's like, no, I'm in my robe. Let me be. I'm going to bed after this. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I don't care.
We have someone.
I didn't care.
Someone saying, is your guest a gigolo, a Jedi, or a single dad?
Well, you know what? I've heard all of those jokes 100 times. all of those jokes 100 fucking times.
That's true. My hair's wet. Do you see my people call my hair wet every single day? I double shampoo my hair, and I really don't understand. I really don't understand it. As many times as I wash it, it's never clean enough. Never clean enough.
What do you do? Because everybody asks about my hair. What do you do when you clean it? Do you do any like gel or any spray, or do you just let it?
So
sit?
I just wash my hair. I just double shampoo. I don't conditioner. And originally, when I first started, I have this hair cream that I was gonna slick my hair back. And for one of these shows I do, I was like, I'll slick my hair back for it. It turns out this stuff can expire, and my scalp felt like it was inside of a volcano.
Well, how come? Just out of curiosity, why don't you condition?
It's just there's no need. It's too much. I mean, I'll be looking like a horse.
You double shampoo.
Yeah, I double poo.
So then just condition one of those.
No, that's too much.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's
that
too
doesn't
much.
Make any sense.
I mean, it's just I think it's a religious thing. It really is.
It
really
must
is.
be. It must be.
A double shampoo, strip all of the natural oils out of your hair. So keep your scalp works. Over time, you need oils back in your hair, thus wet. No, I don't know. Maybe
Angry Scar, you're doing an ass backwards. I don't know. Well, now you know what? I can't blame the chat for the truth.
Don't yoke me, Ninja. Don't yoke me. Yes, I do double poo time. I do double poo very often. Very often. So, another thing that I saw you mentioned on your stream, Cat Williams. You said you're the Cat Williams of Twitch.television.
That's true. That's true.
Can you believe that interview literally got 38 million views in 2 days?
I can believe it. Yeah, you're speaking the truth. That's what happens when you speak the truth.
And I've always thought from the beginning that what's his face? What's that little short guy that's always with the Rock?
Kevin Hart?
Yes, Kevin Hart, an industry plant. I can see it from a mile away. Obvious.
Oh, yeah. We got a few of those in Twitch.
Yeah, I would say, would you call yourself a Twitch industry plant?
Don't, Angry Scar, come on now. All right, you're going to turn this into something that I don't want it to be. Okay.
I don't mean to bring it up. I don't mean to. Cat Williams talking shit. He was talking massive shit. He really was. Called him out. He is calling him out. That's a fact. Well, there's something that I downloaded. That I thought would be great to watch together. And that is the first time.
What's your porn?
This is not pornographics.
Oh.
That's on my OnlyFans. Because I need to make money somehow.
Oh, that's another collab we can do.
Oh, yeah. If you want to do OnlyFans collab, I know a chick. But let's pull this up real quick and show the first time me and Lance were ever on stream together. This was a year ago. A year ago at this point. Long time ago. I can't believe it's been that long. Here it is. Actually, I was being hyped. All right. Do you want to see how I'd actually do it?
Yeah, we're not. We're using our indoor voices, okay?
You sweet little boy. I love you.
All right, well, don't sound like a pedophile, though. This is your child.
Calling me a pedophile.
You don't want to be creepy. You don't want to be creepy to the kid.
To call your kid a sweet little boy.
But it was, the way he said it, that was a little on edge.
She said soft.
Okay, all right, just, bring it down a little bit.
All right. Son.
You kind of look like Steve from Blue's Clues.
Can I finish?
Okay.
That was good. I like that.
You mean so fucking much to me, you little
you were
damn
demanding
rascal.
respect.
I mean,
like
get
that.
to your room
I
right now. You haven't been good.
That's true.
You haven't been good, but that's okay. That's okay. This Game Boy's mine for a week. You're gonna go back. You're gonna think about what you did. Read your book. Read your book. Man, those were the good old days, weren't they, Lance? A long time ago. A long time ago, we used to go on there.
I was so young.
Stop feeding this beast. I mean, Bill, it was a whole different era, a whole different time. That was back. I feel like she was only getting 2K viewers that time. Now she's getting like 14,000. It's like, what the hell?
I don't know.
What happened? What happened?
And what the hell happened to me, too?
Oh, sorry. My bad.
God damn it.
All right, there we go. We're good. This was not 2 weeks ago. It wasn't. We're better. We're fixed. Now, those era times, you got to say, like, that was the very beginning. I think we both have been streaming for, like, how long? I had, like, 8 viewers, and you were, like, just around the same. We're just, like, starting out. And I remember I was playing, like, GTA 4. You're playing Half-Life and GTA 3. I mean, that was a long time ago. It really was.
The single digits.
It's true. And
we can end up right there again.
I'm sure it's going to happen. We're going to find ourselves in the controversy, left or right. It's going to happen. I'm telling you. Yes. If you were to play friend or foe, would you guys be picking?
We just figured out Blue's Clues. I'm
not the guy from Blue's
really
Clues.
Stoned.
Will Lance respond to the mod abuse allegations? I don't think that's true. Even without, I mean, what do you have to say about that? I don't think that's true.
Oh, I beat them.
Oh, Jesus. Welcome in, Robskins. Welcome in 445. This is who tied your tie. Do not criticize my tie. Do not criticize my tie. It's very beautiful and very small, and that's how I like it. I like a little brief tie, and that's all you need. That's all you need. There it is. There it is.
Why does this audience sound like it's clapping in a submarine?
I don't know. I hope that they weren't the ones going down for the Titanic, but I really hope they're still out there. I really do. Is that a Windsor knot? I don't know. I don't know about the Windsor. We don't talk about that
it's
president.
A quadruple fucking knot. I don't
so
know
the way I tie my ties, I do it through, and I just keep spinning. Just keep spinning it through. Keep spinning it through. Honestly.
Kind of like my life. Just fucking spinning and spinning.
Just spinning wheels. So Lance, you said, Wiley guy, welcome in, that you were going to do more just chatting streams coming up with the call-ins yourself, maybe the fireside chats. That's something you've been working on, because I think you would do amazing. Because I know you did one of those before around Christmas.
I did the special, where everybody got to sit on my lap and ask for a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I have a lot of stuff planned. I feel so bad bringing the ideas up, and then it takes months, and people are always like, when's this thing happening? When's this thing? So it's like, I'm at a point now where it's just, I've been kind of quiet until I know they're about to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I have quite a few things that I have planned, but it's tough. It's tough to keep up with you because you're churning new shit out all the time, and it's really hard. It's really hard, Angry. You're making me look bad.
I am David Sanders, and I do my best. I do my best.
You're making me look bad.
I'm not trying. I'm not trying. It's not a competition. We are all coexisting. We're still two little peons in this big pool of sharks. We're two little minnows, and any moment we could get eaten up by one of these big bastards. We're still little minnows. We really are.
Every day.
It's true. It's true. I'm so fucked up right now. Love everybody. Love you too, 445. I'm glad you're fucked up. Lance, you do have a bar behind you. Would you like to take a shot?
You want me to take a shot?
Yeah, I'll take a shot with you. You wanna?
All right.
Don't let me peer pressure you.
All right, let me, hold on. I'm not going to be able to hear you because I got to pull my headphone out, okay?
All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're getting wet and wild on Late Night Tonight with David Sanders. We're getting wet and wild. We're taking shots, and we're having a good time. We're getting loosened up around here. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Me and Lance, I mean, I've known this guy. I've known this guy a long time. Why am I a shark? Wait, am I a shark, a peon, or a minnow, or a bastard in this scenario? Toy, you're there. You're just there. You're like, you're a tadpole. That's what you're a tadpole. That's what you are. You feel me? Did you get that shirt specifically to match your desk? I did not. I did not get the shirt to match anything. I didn't. Was the most you have ever spent on a tank top? I can ask him that. I can. Look at that. Oh, look at that immaculate bar he just has behind him. Look at that immaculate bar. The setup he has. The double fireplace. Fireplace in the top left, fireplace in the bottom right. The guy's keeping nice and toasty in these cold weathers. He is.
All right, hold on. Let me clean this out. Hold
on,
all right.
Just wash it. He is not using a green screen. He's not using a green screen. This is legit, crazy background. It is. I'm Plankton. Right on. There it is. Wine shots for me and dip spits. Now, 445, what is a dip spit? What is a dip spit? Not prepared? Hey, I sprung this on him, time. I sprung it on him. This is not something I pre-planned or I told him about. This is, I sprung it on him. I did. Now, everyone says that I thought it was, oh, wait, let's wait till we can hear. All right, as you hear all the time, people are honestly freaking out. They're like, I thought that was a green screen.
Oh, no. Everybody knows. I don't know what people are going on and on about the green screen shit. It's like, how many times do I have to go back there?
They know you're a director and they just think you know the movie magic. That's what they think.
It's ridiculous. Now, I did grab, this is brand new. I've had it for like 2 years.
Whoa. I'm honored.
This is from the Dominican Republic. It's their special drink called Mama Juana.
That's
here.
A streamer.
So I'm gonna do this with you.
Hell
Crack
yeah.
This open.
Hell yeah. So I'm not one that goes for, I don't really go for the glasses. I just have it right here. I I just got it right
Oh,
there.
well, you are a fucking degenerate. Look at you, Jesus Christ.
Hey. By the way,
So
can
this-
we real quick? Can I just give a shout out to Orvald Andrews and the Channel 9 band? Can I get a shout out to them real quick? There we go. Love having them. Love having them as always. We do. This is brand new. I've had for 2 years. It's brand new. It has not been open. You know what he was saying.
Who the fuck? Who is calling me out? Who said that?
Of course it's JC. Of course it is. Of course it is.
So this Mama Wanna stuff. So everybody sees there's wood chips in here. I don't
What?
know if you can tell. There's wood chips. The wood chips are actually what give the flavoring to the alcohol. So what you're supposed to do is when I finish this, I have to immediately fill it with rum, and then it reflavors it to this red tint you see here. It's all
Whoa.
That's
awesome.
Yeah. So I've been saving this for a special occasion. So here it is.
There we go.
Okay.
Cheers,
Right.
Lance. Oh, I'll wait till you have it poured. Oh, there we go. Cheers. Bink. We got you. Ah, blah, blah, blah. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! Ah,
There it is.
woo! Good Lord,
And we
good Lord.
caught live the beginning of my alcoholism. I hope you're happy, Angry Scar.
I mean, this is a moment that's going to go down in history. This is a moment we can go down in history, honestly. Oh, man, that was good. Cheers. Cheers to everyone in the chat as well. Cheers to everyone in the chat.
And nothing like chasing it with a hot coffee.
I mean,
You gotta love it.
with coffee, I was never a big coffee guy. I'm more to the energy drink still. But I think when I turn around 40, maybe 45, that's going to be like my favorite thing as an old man. I'm just waiting for those years to really cherish and like love coffee. Like that's something I have to look forward to.
Which is so odd is that I'm so incredibly hot and young and sexy and stuff, and that I still drink coffee while being this young and hot and sexy. It's incredible.
It is. I'm not 46. I'm not 46, okay? Neither is he. We're both we're like 20 and 22, isn't that right? Yeah.
I'm very young.
Yeah,
very,
exactly.
Very young.
Exactly, honestly. I mean, we're barely there's no drum for that. It's simply we're just two young bucks out here trying to make a buck. You feel me? I'm 25, says Robskins. As he we're not, no one's fertile. No, that's not what we're doing here. It's not what we're doing. But Lance, I know on Thursday you said this is gonna, I don't even know how I'm gonna see after this. You're shaving your hair on Thursday. I can't, after all this time I've known you, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a new man.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be tough. You got to remember too that I've had short hair my whole life, so it's really just the Twitch sphere that is like, what the fuck? We've only known you with your long hair. What is this? So yeah, it's gonna be weird. I don't know what the reaction is gonna be. I don't know how the community is gonna be. I don't know if people are just gonna drop off because they can't handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
it's kind of scary.
But you have to the whole time you're taking a break after you do that, you're gonna have to think of a really good stream title that right after your hair is different. They gotta come in a really good. I gotta say, of all the people who make stream titles that are enticing, you're the best at it. You really are.
Thank you. You know,
you really are.
You know, every stream title I try to make different. I try to make them funny, and I try to yank them in. You know, you gotta have that hook. You gotta get them in there.
I remember you're doing their 24-hour stream. You're like, I'm retiring. Everyone comes in the chat like, what the hell? What the hell?
Well, a little bit of clickbait.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta
do. I mean, we don't have the gazongas. By the way, speaking of gazongas, I saw on Amazon you can buy a wearable pair of tits for $35.
Well, look, you know, maybe at one point I would have done it, but the TOS is so finicky now. It's like I don't even know.
It is. So, what's it called? I mentioned. This is a crazy thing. I would never thought. My mom, when I was growing up, she thought The Lion King was too disturbing for me to watch as a kid. I mean, she didn't let me watch wrestling. But I brought up buying the tits and going the hot tub category. She said, you should do it. You should do it.
You know what? That's a good mom. That's a good mom right there. I couldn't agree more.
I mean, I'm very close. I'm very close. We're going to see if I do that. I'm very close to doing that. I got to say, your mother is a mother of the year. She really is. I have very lucky parents. I have Robskins in the chat.
Shit.
My mom's probably lurking around here somewhere. I am. So, you told me you're kind of private with people about your streaming career. Do your parents know you stream?
They didn't for a while. They do now because it was just kind of tough to hide it. You know, you can't really be around this and be like, oh, what the fuck is this setup? What the hell? Like,
Yeah.
so you know, at some point I have to explain it, but my friends still don't know. My friends
Really?
still have no idea.
Why do you choose to do that?
So, I mean, the big reason, and you know, it's tough. They've been very supportive. You know, my friends have known all of the things that I've done throughout my life because I've, you know, I had a show before Saints I did in high school that everybody used to watch and stuff, and I did comedy skits, and it's just that at some point everything, you know, it didn't really pan out the way I had hoped. So I figured, what is the point on telling them if, you know, maybe 3 months down the road it's just another failed project?
No.
Or I just didn't see the point on bringing it up, and now I'm at a point where I feel like if it's a success, then they'll know about it at some point. You know, what the fuck? Why even bring it up? If you know, they'll know about it when it's big, and if it's not, it's not.
I mean, I feel like you're already big. You're already doing amazing. I mean, you had the IRL stream getting, I know Bill, he's like, I don't like her, but you were on the IRL with Cupot in Boston. How was that? How was that?
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, I was very, very glad to be able to have that that
What
day.
an opportunity, honestly.
Yeah, it really was. And it was just nice to get, you know, it's nice to know there's some sort of mutual respect. You know, obviously
Yeah.
I respect her, but for her to come down and visit and stuff, you
That's
know, it's
crazy.
just yeah, it's nice to know that it's a mutual respect and not one-sided. So yeah, it was good. It was good to get to see everybody, and you know, everybody was nice. Everybody, you know, everybody was good to me.
How's
So-
Ja behind the cameras? Is he just sticking it
Is
up?
she as nice
Is he
in
just
person
character
as
the
she
whole
is on
time, or is
stream?
that just him? Is that him
No,
through and
you
through?
know, Ja was completely fine with me. I had no issues with him. You know, as far as what happened at the end of the night at the dinner, hey, look, I was at the bathroom. I don't know what the fuck happened. Okay, I don't know what was going on. You'll have to rewatch the VOD, but yeah, for the day, it was fine.
I mean,
It was fine. It was.
speaking of Boston, you want to tell me how it was growing up in Boston? How was that?
So I was born in Fall River.
Mhm.
In the I've talked about this a bit before. I was born in Fall River. In the projects, I lived there till I was 2, and then the projects burnt down, so we had to
Holy
leave.
shit! Wow.
We ended up moving a couple hours away, and it's about, I don't know, 30 minutes north of Boston, so I'm like just outside of Boston. But we moved into some very bad area. Literally, the street next to us was the worst street in the city, and I lived on top of a daycare. So it was, you know, it was one of those things where I've said this before. It wasn't, you know, the greatest upbringing. My parents were fantastic. You know, they always did everything they could to make me feel loved and to give me a good childhood. I had a great childhood. I don't regret any of the moments I had. But yes, we were poor. We were, you know, it was a rough area. But I'm glad that I experienced that because I think it made me the person I am today.
Definitely.
You know.
By the way, is it snowing like crazy down there? Because down here in Maryland, it is snowing its ass off down here. It really is.
Yeah, no, I had to drive. Actually, I had to do quite a few errands today, but right before I came here, and I was fucking slip sliding all over the road. I didn't think I was gonna make it back.
Dude, that shit. I mean, even when it's raining, like the hydroplaning, it's just so much just puddles, and I hydroplane for a second. I'm like, all right, I'm dying. Like,
well, that's the thing, is it was snowing and then it rained and then it was sleet and hail at
freezing
one point.
ice.
It's like the worst combination.
Yeah, that is horrible. It's just fucking ice on the roads. That's atrocious. Bloody welcome in. Welcome in. L Boston. Lance does have a Boston accent, says Rob Skins.
Hey, look, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I'm 30 minutes north. Okay, so maybe it's a 30-minute north of Boston accent. How about that?
Tell me, when you're growing up, what were the first gaming consoles you had growing up? What was what started you off playing games? What was your beginning?
The very first system I played was the Sega Genesis.
First, amazing. Yeah. What games you play on there?
I mean, obviously Sonic the Hedgehog was like, you know, that was the big one I played when I was a kid. And then like a bunch of other random shit like God, what was it? It was like Booger Man. I remember playing.
You play Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. I was big into. God, I'm trying to think of what
any
else.
Bombermans?
Yes, Bomberman. However, I think I primarily played that on Nintendo 64.
True.
But yeah, Sega was the first console I had, and then I had some Power Rangers game. It was like a bunch of like kiddies game. I had a Looney Tunes one. It was Sylvester and Tweety one. I remember I used to play.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a bunch of kid shit. The first system I would really say I got as a kid was the PS1.
Oh man.
/ Nintendo 64. I got those around the same time.
Amazing.
But the PS1 was the one I really loved. That was like my first console.
And I remember you saying that you're a big Spyro fan on the PS1. You absolutely love Spyro. Is that true?
Spyro is in my top 5 list. Yes, Spyro is probably the one I'm most nostalgic for as a little kid. And then Max Payne,
yeah,
Mass Effect, GTA Vice City, and then Resident Evil 4. Those are usually like my top 5.
You know, I'd not even played Resident Evil 4 until I started streaming. I'd never played it because back in the day, I still am to this day, I'm a scaredy cat. Like, I don't like those scary things. I saw the commercial with the guy with the chainsaw and the bag on his head, and I was like, yeah, there's a 0% chance I'm playing this. And then as I played it, I played it while I was streaming. This is one of the most fun games I ever played. Like, it was such a blast. It was such an amazing game.
I'll be honest with you, I would have never gotten Resident Evil 4. I had no interest in it before it came out. But when I came home from school one day, and my father just bought it for me, it was on the bed, which he awesome. Got it because he loves zombie games. He wanted to play it.
Your dad a big gamer too?
He plays specific games. He is not into online games. He's not good at all, so he cannot do online games. But he loves zombie games. He loves like GTA, stuff like that. So when Resident Evil 4 came out, he bought it for me. But of course he wanted to play it too. But he bought it for me, and I remember as soon as I put it in, I spent like the next 4 days just binging it until I beat it. Yeah. I remember I did no homework. That was one of the first times in school I skipped doing homework just so that I could play that game. I remember that.
Were you a good student in school? Did you get good grades in high school?
No, I was a good student up until middle school, and then so Resident Evil 4 came out. This is literally how it happened. Resident Evil 4 came out. I started to skip my homework because I wanted to play so bad, and I was such a good student up until that point. When my parents would ask me, they're like, "Oh, you have homework today?" And I'd be like, "Oh no." They believed me because I never lied before or anything like that. So then I realized, oh, wait a second, I can just get away with not doing my homework, and I can just play games. And from there on out, that's my grades. They started to go down. High school, I had terrible grades. I didn't give a shit at all. No. I already knew that when I graduated, I was going to go to a community college right after. So it was like it didn't matter to me. I already knew what the plan was. So once high school hit, I didn't care. I did enough to pass. But yeah, my GPA was shit.
I actually had a competition, 9th grade, who could get the worst GPA for one quarter. And I won with a 1.2.
That is dangerously low. That is dangerously low.
Let's catch up on the chat real quick, shall we? Is that we have Bagger saying Toe Jam and Earl, an amazing game. Boogerman, also a great game. People saying they liked Boogerman. Scar was #1 ranked in Bomberman. That is true. On the Xbox Live, they had a Bomberman game. I was ranked #1 in the world. That is true. Yes. Mario 64 changed video games forever. Dad. Does Dad also walk around in a smoking jacket and a tank top?
Actually, I will say this. A lot of people, when they meet me and my father and they talk to us for a while, they're always very shocked that we're father and son. We have very good senses of humor. I think that's where I got my humor from growing up, was from him. However, we are very different people in other aspects, and our fashion is one of them. Me and him do not dress the same at all.
My dad, I'm a gamer. I already said that. What's wrong with your tie? My tie, there's nothing wrong with my tie, all right? My tie is beautiful, and that's just how I learned to tie it. That's how I learned to tie it. I just got NW Lance from Saints Legends. Scotch.
Please ask Lance to tell the prom story in full detail.
He doesn't know how to tie a tie. Oh, come on. Will Lance be entering the Royal Rumble this year? I don't think Lance is a wrestler. Do you remember when I made you in 2K23 as a wrestler? Do you remember that?
That was very impressive. You had a robe on me and everything.
I did. Yeah. And 2K24 is coming out. Who knows what's going to happen there?
Yeah, do you have any more plans with wrestling stuff?
So honestly,
because that was big at one point.
But honestly, I love it. The chat still asks for it all the time, but it is kind of boring on my end when it's 4 hours of me not doing anything. All I'm doing is yelling over the match. I don't get to play. I'm just like letting the AI fight. So I gotta say, after a while of doing it 2 times a week, I mean, it does get a little tiring for me. I gotta take my breaks. to like
That's
make
why,
it fun.
honestly, everybody always asks about the marbles and stuff. It's the same thing with me. Is I get people enjoy the marble streams and they like the commentary and stuff. But on me, it's like I just fucking sit there and do commentary for 2 hours. It's boring. I just don't enjoy doing it.
If I'm doing marbles, I have to have some really good music on to keep me like going. That seems my routine. Is I'd have some good music going. Well, Lance already said that. You're boosted for. I didn't boost for number 1. I got totally legit. That is a lie. Please ask Lance about a prom story. Says someone in chat. How do you feel about that? I actually, when it comes to the dances, I didn't go to a single school dance. Not one. Not one. I didn't. I would stay home and play World of Warcraft. That's what I would do.
And what was the? Did you just rebel? Did you just not have a date?
I just had no desire. I had no desire. I'm like, why worry about girls when I have a orc death night with fucking with Deathbringer's will? I mean, what's the point?
That's a shit. Then what is the point?
Well, I mean,
what is the point?
That was my life. It was. But you went to prom. How was prom?
Prom was enjoyable. I had a good time. I know what part they want me to tell. God. Okay, look. Okay. All right, look. I went to prom. It was a fantastic night. I had a date that I took home because I wanted to go celebrate and have a party at some lake house in Maine. It was a couple hours away. It was a friend of mine who maybe I was into her. So, and she wasn't my date. So I wanted to go to the lake house to hang out with her. So, and I obviously didn't want my date with me. So I dropped her off back at home. She did nothing. So I didn't care either. So, and then I drove 2 hours to Maine. During that ride to Maine, maybe, perhaps, I don't know, God forbid something like this happens. Now I got to hear it for the rest of my life. Maybe I went to fart and I ended up shitting my pants.
What?
Okay?
Are you serious?
Maybe. Holy hell, maybe I shit my pants. I don't know, okay?
What?
So,
did you have some bad food the night before?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened. So, obviously, I had to pull over on the side of the road, and I had to fucking throw my boxers out into the woods somewhere. And
What's up, Dabowski?
Okay, look, this is bullshit. First of all right,
literally,
as if everybody hasn't fucking shit themselves on prom night.
Hey,
really?
I'll tell you 2 stories when I shit my pants. I have 2 exact moments where I shit my pants. First of all, it was elementary school, the lunchroom. It turned into a fart. I thought it was a fart. It wasn't. That was elementary school. No quacking when I'm talking about shitting my pants. And then the second one was I woke up. So they talk about peeing your pants in your sleep. They don't talk about shedding your pants in your sleep. That happened to me. That's one that you never hear them talk about. You don't. It's all about peeing your pants when you sleep. It did. I woke up and it's like, oh, I shit my pants. I mean,
disgusting.
Yep,
welcome in, you. Welcome in. Welcome in, and Dabowski, welcome in. I mean, you can't anticipate these things. You're sleeping. You're sleeping. So you said your dad had a good sense of humor. What was the kind of stuff that really shaped your humor? Did you guys watch like Three Stooges, or what was like what was the kind of stuff you guys watched when you were a kid?
No, not quite Three Stooges. We did watch, one of the things that he used to put on all the time was Mr. Bean. I used to watch Mr. Bean all the time.
Mr. Bean's amazing.
Yeah, he had the VHS tapes of those, and I used to put those on repeat. So I used to watch Mr. Bean a shitload.
Mm-hmm.
So any of like my, facial or physical comedy probably comes from that, because that's all Mr. Bean was. But no, my father was very, he was very, very edgy growing up. He said the sort of jokes that you shouldn't be saying to a 5-year-old or
True.
a 6-year-old. So that's why, I don't know, I just, from a very young age, I had a warped sense of humor, and that's what I got from him. It was very, very mature when it shouldn't have been.
Shit. Well, I mean, he's just dropping you right in the deep end, seeing if you can swim.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. I know. I'll go on.
No. I was just, he was showing me what the world was going to be.
I mean,
he was giving me a warning.
That's good. You can't just put a Shelly. I mean, you got to drop him right in and see how it is. Robskin says, I shot myself sitting in the theater watching Friday the 13th. That's how scary it must have been. It must have been very scary.
That movie sucks. I actually don't like that.
The original one?
It sucks.
Oh, come on.
I don't know how the Friday the 13th, they must have come out just at the right time, because I think they are so fucking boring. I just don't know.
But
that
what
must
about
have been right at the
Freddy vs. Jason?
That one I like, actually. I think that one's good.
That one's cool. And also, when it gets super out there, Jason X, where it's Jason literally in space. Now that one's,
I skipped
that
that
is
one.
insane. I mean, I remember there was a scene on VHS where he went back in time and he was at Crystal Lake. And then there's two girls that pulled their tits out on the VHS tape. My dad'd be like, I'm going to the grocery store. Power that thing up. I'm trying to find that section. I'm trying to find that section.
God.
I mean,
the amount of times as a little kid I would fucking fiddle with the back of my TV to try to get that blurry, the staticky tit, just so I could see a staticky tit. I used to do that. I remember spending lots and lots of time doing that.
I remember my mom gave me the DVD of Caddyshack. You ever seen Caddyshack?
I actually, believe it or not, I haven't. That's going to be another classic I haven't seen. Everybody's going to fucking rip me for.
I mean, that movie has a full-blown sex scene. I don't think she remembered, and she just gave me that at the prime age of 15. It was like, it was like giving drugs to an addict. I mean, it was not a smart thing to do. It wasn't. Is this Qui-Gon Jinn? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Right in the flesh. I gotta say, Lance, of all the Star Wars, I've seen every Star Wars except that one. I've never seen the prequel #1. That's the only one I haven't seen.
Well, that's the worst one. People usually hate that one the most, so it's probably for the best.
What's your favorite Star Wars out of all of them? What was your favorite? Please tell me.
Now, I'm not, again, just because they look like Qui-Gon, I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I have seen them. Geez, I mean, it would probably be, I don't know, Empire Strikes Back. I mean, that one's the best for a reason. That is probably the best one.
Which number is that? Is that like the old one or the prequel? I'm also not a big Star Wars guy.
One of the old ones, technically part 5.
Yeah. I think, honestly, a lot of people hate the prequels. I think the third prequel is like one of the best movies. When they have the battle on the lava, I have the high ground. And that shit, he cuts his legs off.
It's the only good, I don't know. The prequels are iffy. The sequels, I didn't even bother seeing the last one, Rise of Skywalker, because I saw Last of Jedi.
Yeah.
I thought that one was sucked. I was like, this movie blows. So I didn't even see the last one.
The
reviews were so bad.
Was that the first one where like they debuted Kylo Ren?
No. So the first one was The Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then it was Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker.
I thought that comeback was actually pretty good. I liked the Kylo Ren one.
I liked Force Awakens, and then I went and saw Last Jedi, and that one sucked.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, I'm done. Because then the Rise of Skywalker came out, and the reviews were fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not.
It's like, what's the point? I've heard that they just butcher it, and then they also have the guys who made Game of Thrones that are making the new Star Wars movies. Heard about that?
I don't know. Yeah, but they keep throwing directors on and off those projects.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they keep changing them out because they can't make up their mind. They release a new Star Wars movie, it bombs.
Yeah.
They go, all right, let's scrap it all. Let's get new people in. And then the director they had hired released a new independent movie, and then that bombed, and they get a new director. So I don't know. I don't trust anything until it's already like post-production.
Yeah. Well, let's catch up on the chat real quick. See what people are saying. A lot of Star Wars people chiming in. I have to belch. Excuse me. You shit yourself for fun. That's not true. Saying my dad had no filter when it came to jokes. I feel it. WF13L take. Whatever, JC. My brother shat himself at a music festival and put them on this like a clothesline thing, and a bear came out in the woods. What? That can't be true. He said he's not even fibbing. A bear came out and attacked his shitty pants. I mean, if that's true, Freddy vs. Jason's awful, you're wrong. Your mom gave you a Caddyshack? She did. She didn't know. She did not know, Tracy. Yeah. She didn't. Thank you very much, Twitch Micro. Welcome in. 6 is cool. Dark Robes Luke. The Anakin vs. Obi-Wan fight is wild. That is a fact. Disney screwed it. They did. Disney is really falling off, and Pixar. Disney killed Star Wars. The Last Jedi W. Bagger. When Anakin turns into Vader, that is a good one. Just let it die. They won't. I mean, that's how it is these days with movies. They don't take risks. They just rehash something that's been going for years.
You know what I was thinking of recently with Star Wars?
Tell me.
Is I am waiting for them to come out. I guarantee it's going to happen at some point, and people are going to be like, who the fuck wanted this? They're going to come out with like a modern Jedi, and it's going to be a Jedi in like New York today. And he's going to be on top of taxi cabs with a fucking lightsaber. Watch.
I can see it.
I guarantee.
I would not be surprised at all. I would not be. 7, 8, 9 were bad. Solo was good. Rogue One. Oh, yeah, they did have that Rogue One show. Never watched that. People said that was really good. They'd hire Steven Spielberg. Is that guy even still making movies? He's old as shit. Then the directors purposely changed plot in spite the last one. I don't like Star Wars. It happens. I couldn't get into it. Star Wars is overrated. When I was growing up, I was also not big Star Wars. My dad was a huge fan. Huge fan, he was. Ashoka. What's that? Ashoka. Don't know what that is.
That's a show.
Is it? Andor was incredible. I'm a bot. You're not a pot. You're not a bot, Tracy. Welcome in, Twitch Micro. Welcome in. They beat the horse until the corpse starts spewing money. So what do you think about superhero movies? You a big superhero movie guy?
I watched them up until Endgame, and then it's too much now. I can't keep up with that shit.
I mean, I never really could get into them. I don't know why. I watched Endgame. Oops, made you disappear. I watched Endgame, but that was the only one I watched with zero context. I just watched Endgame and watched everyone perish. Spoiler alert.
An experience.
And I was like, man, this is actually pretty badass.
Yeah, I enjoyed that, and then I saw, I don't know, I think I saw a couple of the ones after that, and they just, they weren't that great. And it's now it's like fucking homework and shit. You got so many shows you gotta watch.
It's ridiculous.
So it's like, dude, I can't keep up with this, honestly.
And the last one, it bombed. Like the last, I mean,
the last like 5 bombed.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to honestly just try something unique. As you saw, Oppenheimer and the Barbie movie, those were huge hits, and those are like original ideas. That's what people want, is original fucking ideas. That's what doesn't come out anymore.
At least, yeah, if you're going to do a superhero, at least have like original visions.
Yeah.
Where the directors get to have creative control. Every single movie is it's just the same. It's the same thing, just with a different hero.
It is. And they're like playing off the comic book to a T, so you know exactly what's going to happen. Or sometimes they just like override the comic book and people get pissed. That's ridiculous. A program shutting down. Last superhero movie I watched was The Incredible Hulk. Oh, those were good. Early 2000s Incredible Hulk. Did you ever have an original Xbox?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the Incredible Hulk game on the original Xbox by any chance?
I remember it, but I didn't play it.
Oh, man, that game was nuts. You could like jump. You press the jump button, you fly forward 6 miles. It was
I
like,
remember
insane.
Everybody loved it. I just never bought it myself.
Yeah, those, and also the new Spider-Man games. I'd love to play those. I would.
I have them, and I haven't fucking touched them.
Oh, really? Oh my God! Spectral Sybil with the rate of 127. Good Lord, welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are here with our coveted guest, Lance from Saints. We're here. I'm David Stevens, and this is Late Night Tonight. Sybil, thank you so much for the raid. You are amazing on AbbaBox, and I love your stream. If you like QBC, the sales network, guess what? There's another person in town selling some of the best stuff out there. Guess who it is? It's Sybil, selling some of the best products on her late night selling show. Thank you, Sybil, so much. Hey, right back at you. Thank you. There it is. There it is. Thank you. Welcome in, Bloom. Welcome in, Chopper Dave. Welcome in, You're something. Welcome in, JCLC. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Oh, hi. Welcome in, Harold. How you doing? Remo Williams, welcome in as well. Welcome in. Do not play the fart noise. You though of all the times to play the fart, now is not the appropriate time. It is not the time. Thank you so much, Sybil. Hope you had a fantastic stream. I hope you did. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
and
I'll tell
by
you
the
what,
way,
in celebration, I'll take another shot.
You want to do another shot, Lance?
I'll do.
Let's do it. By the way, Sybil, if you want to come on, if you want to come on and come on as a guest, we have the Windbag planned.
Yep, that's good
we have,
shit.
Leslie Tanner planned. We have Josh Belmar planned. I mean, we have all these guests coming up. We do. We would absolutely love for you to come on. We would. We would. Thank you very much, Darius. Sure, definitely. I know you're in a little bit of a different time zone, but I'm sure we could work something out. I'm sure we could. I can't wait for Leslie Tanner. That's next week. Do you know Leslie Tanner, Lance?
I don't.
Oh my gosh. He is a internet guru that helps people via call-ins and has a program called Explorations. That honestly, he is amazing. He's a pioneer. He really is. Sybil will bake you a pie. I saw she was doing a cooking stream today. I did see that. I wish Leslie Tanner had said this dumbass Lance. Do not besmirch my guest. Do not besmirch. Do you see time goes away? So he does is put you down. That's all he does is put you down. I mean, I'll take a shot with you. Let's take that shot so we can forget time's even here. Let's do it. Let's do it. The guy's honestly, he's a menace. And
Screw you, Ty.
Thank you. Thank you very much, good sales slot. Welcome in. Thank you. Hey, WTF. Oh, come on. Let's take a shot. Let's take a shot right now. Thank you again, Sybil. That's super nice of you. Very much appreciated. Hope you have a fantastic night.
There we are, man.
Cheers, Lance. Cheers with your wood chip brew. There it is. Oh, that stuff's strong. It is strong. Drunkies, we're in here. Thank you very much. Darius, hope you're having a fantastic night. Love to have you. Everyone in here. Shout out to Sybil right then and there. An innovator. The production value on Sybil's stream is unmatched. It really is. It really is. I highly recommend everyone in here follow her right now. Right now. Please do. Do you drink to my demise? You're not demising. You're not demising time. You're just simply being here, being a parasite of anger. And that's something we can deal with. It is. Twitch is Elvira Baby. Let's go. That's a fact. It really is, Sybil. It is. Thank you for being here once again. I followed her. That's why I like to see you. And that's why I like to see Lance. You gotta follow Sybil right now as well. You have to.
You know what? I'm pulling it up right now.
Pull it up right now.
I'm pulling it up
We
right
have
now.
to. If you guys don't know Lance, I've simply started streaming on this little platform named Twitch.tv back in 2022, late 2022. And Lance was one of the first guys that I gotta say that I became friends with on Twitch. He really is. And I mean, if you're following me, you need to follow Lance as well. Because he is, honestly, I'm glad to have met him. I am. I'm glad to have met him.
It goes, it goes both ways, Angry Scar.
And how we've evolved over the years. How we've evolved. I mean, in the very beginning, we're literally two different guys. Would you say that? We really were.
Oh, I was certainly, I was a different guy. Oh,
You
believe
were.
me. I looked like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I mean, but that's what I like to see is a good glow up on Twitch.tv.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful process. I think the most surprising thing, honestly, and I've said this before when I started, I fully expected a couple of years to just be streaming to no one. It is shocking how quickly relationships have developed on here.
Well, I mean, that just shows your personality. It's like I feel like I'm not trying to besmirch, but a lot of people that get into streaming, they're silent. It's like they're playing games by themselves silent. You have a personality. You have a unique personality that a lot of people don't have, and that's what people want. It is.
And, that means a lot of angry coming from you.
It is. I mean, I gotta say, we're both eclectic people. We're pretty eclectic people, I gotta say. You need Dane Cook. No, we're not talking about Dane Cook Gaming. Dane Cook Gaming, he plays Call of Duty by himself, doesn't talk to the chat once for 6 hours, and gets one win.
I want to just say, I actually tuned into him. I almost posted multiple times in the Discord and I had to stop myself. I've tuned in multiple times since I went on that rant. He has sat silently with a perfectly fine throat. He had no issues. He wasn't sick. He doesn't speak to his chat once. Not once. I don't know why he does that. I don't know why he chooses to.
Oh, Jesus. You, though, careful with the guns. Careful with the guns. You're going to knock an eye out. I mean, I don't think he has his Twitch. I don't think he has his chat pulled up. I don't think he has it pulled up. I don't think he gives a single shit.
It's ridiculous. It really is. He's a comedian.
Is he the guy with the puppets, or is that someone else?
No, that's
Jeff Dunham. That's Jeff Dunham.
Yeah.
I always get them too confused. I don't know why. That guy with the puppets. I think he's gone these days.
He sucks.
He does. Do you remember? This is a comedian you don't really hear about these days. Was it something Garcia? Fuck.
Jesus. Carlos?
Yes.
Mencia?
Carlos Mencia. Close enough. Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that guy? He got in the controversy about stealing jokes.
Yeah,
he just vanished.
He stole jokes.
Boo to Carlos Mencia. I mean,
his career was down the drain from that.
Welcome in, Tanner. Welcome in. I mean, he had all these controversies and shit, but I remember when I was growing up, he was like the biggest guy. He was like the biggest guy. He was.
Yeah, he had a show on Comedy Central. Yeah. He had a new special every month, it seemed.
Yeah.
And all it took was Joe Rogan to go on stage and yell at him, and that was it.
He had that whole thing. Oh, thank you, Bloom. Much appreciated. Boo. Blue for Carlos. Welcome in, Jeff. Welcome in. Welcome in. Carlos Mencia got canceled. He did. Welcome in, Tanner, as well. Welcome in. Another
he got
comedian.
Cat Williams.
He did, dude. This guy, he went on a second podcast recently. It's already 8 million views. The guy's honestly like a beam. Like, people are literally following this guy anywhere he goes.
You gotta get him on here. You gotta get him on here. Episode 3.
You think I can? You think I can?
Episode 3.
We have episode 3 and 4 booked. We have Leslie Tanner and Jeff Belmar, 2 partnered streamers that luckily, I mean, what are the odds that they said yes to come on the show?
You gotta push one of them back because the novelty's gonna wear off. You gotta get him in like the next week.
Roleplex, welcome in. I mean, it's true. He is hot right now. We gotta strike while the iron's hot. We really do. And I mean, maybe I'll contact his people. Maybe I will. But Lance, I gotta say, this show right here, because I do Tech Talk. I mean, Chase does that. We do QBC. And this is our brand new project. And I gotta say, I do love it. It lets me connect. It's like, I mean, I've known you all these years. We've never had a conversation this long one-on-one. We haven't. I love that.
No,
I love that.
That's the way I like it.
I mean, it's something I want to do. I haven't gotten my LimeWire CD yet. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. On Tech Talk, we're selling LimeWire. You know of that program? We're selling LimeWire to the viewers. We were.
God, did I use that? I was, I grew up during that time. That was my time. That was my era.
Were you the resident CD burner?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think it was maybe on my my 9th Christmas I got my first computer. I was pretty young. Yeah, I was pretty young when I got my first one, maybe 10. But yeah, I started off young. As soon as I got that sucker, oh man, I was on there getting every program I could. I remember pirating Adobe Photoshop back in the day, starting when I was maybe 13, 14. I was starting to use it.
You remember BearShare by any chance, which was a similar one? That's the one I got into before LimeWire. It's called BearShare, which was like very similar.
Yeah, no, I remember hearing about it, but I didn't really use that.
Yeah, for some reason, that's what I gravitated really towards that. I had 9 CD duplicator. Goddamn, LimeWire oldish. We're not old. I told you, we're 22 and 20. We're young bucks on this platform.
Very, very young and hot and sexy.
People call us Zoomers. We're Zoomers because we're zooming around this website and doing our best. Sergeant, welcome in. Thank you for the follow, Sergeant. Much appreciated. I gave you my CC info and everything and all those pictures you asked for. IRC. We're going to get it soon, toy. You know what I would get off LimeWire? I'd look up airsoft videos. Because I was really big on airsoft. You ever?
That's not what I was looking up, but yeah.
Oh, come on. You ever get into airsoft?
Oh yeah, I was huge into airsoft.
Really? Were you?
Yeah, my friends came to my house. I had all the guns, all the masks,
nice.
I had everything. I was huge into it.
All right, this is a deep cut. I don't think you'll remember this, but there was the biggest airsoft company, the main one. You knew you made it if you had a classic Army airsoft gun. They made them in all metal. Unlike all the others that are plastic. Oh man.
Yeah, no, all my shit I got whatever the highest velocity at Walmart was, and we shoot each other with them.
You know, I would go to Virginia. New tab, who dis? Good stuff, Sergeant. This is Angry Scars 09, which is me. I'm David Sanders. We do Late Night Tonight on Tuesdays. We do QBC on Thursdays and Tech Talk on Sundays. And gaming streams riddled in between. We do. Thank you for being here. But what's it called? The place I went to was actually a SWAT. Oh, Jesus! Stop it! Stop it! Turn off! Turn off! Stop that! Turn off! That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Not your. That is ridiculous. Never do that again. Never do that again, please. Never do that again. But I went to a place that actual SWAT teams would train. Like, it was a legit CQB, close quarters, like SWAT, like
pretty badass.
Yeah, you would go through doors and corridors. You'd have to kick the doors open. It was insane. It was honestly
me
insane.
And my friends, we did today you couldn't get away with it. We used to do very illegal places. One of the worst places we ever played airsoft, and when I think about it today, I probably would have been shot and killed. We went during the summer at a school. We were at
oh my God, Jesus! Good Lord!
We literally went to the high school because it was summer. We're like, oh, the school's closed. What the hell? Running around with our fucking machine guns and masks on. It was, thinking about it today, that was so bad. If we did it today, we probably would have been on the fucking news.
Those were the good old days.
We used to do shit like that all the time. We went on we went on the weekend to some old like construction site people were still working on. We would go in the woods. We would just play wherever the fuck we could.
I mean, airsoft, it was such a joy. Where'd you get your airsoft guns from? I got a lot of mine from Bass Pro Shops, if you know that place.
No. It was just Walmart. Whatever Walmart had. Yeah, we would go there. We get whatever the fastest one was, so we could cause the most damage. Because we did at one point, we went online and ordered them.
Yeah.
But we didn't. We only wore like T-shirts and shit. So when we did that, we tested it out. And I shot my dad. He was kneeled over. He had blood coming down. He's like, "What the fuck? What the hell?" And we're like, "I don't know. We just bought those online. What the fuck?" And we never did that again. We realized that was way too powerful. Those were too potent. So we just went to Walmart and got whatever the fastest was and played with those.
Yeah, those CQB courses we played, they actually had a limit on how fast the guns could be because since it was such close quarters, like you had to have a limit because if it's too fast, you're gonna be cutting skin. But I have a story for you real quick that I was playing in that same place. It's called Airsoft CQB. It was in Virginia. I don't know if it's still around, but it was elimination. So once you got shot, you were out for good. And it was just me and my buddy, because I'd go there every single birthday. And we're going around. I had this thing. I had the grip on the front and everything. And then all of a sudden, we're going as a pack. 6 guys come around the corner, like the SWAT team, checking everything. And I had no gloves on, so they lit up all the front of my hand. My hand is just covered in blood. And I was like, My hand was shaking. I was like, I want to go home. I want to go home. That was literally the last time I ever went.
Well, you know, that was, you should have had gloves on.
I should have.
It was safety first, you know. It was there was one time I went paintballing in a
Oh.
cornfield, and we were split up into teams of two. And my father was linked up with one of my friends, and my dad had to tie his shoe, so he gave my buddy his gun. He's like, "Here, can you hold this for me?" He goes down to tie his shoe. Someone comes out from the cornfield and starts blasting.
Oh.
My buddy runs off with his gun. So then my dad is just standing there with no gun, getting shot. He's like, "What the? I have no gun." So he had to just run through the cornfield with no weapon.
Jesus.
That was yeah, that was pretty fun. That was a good time. So, you know, I miss doing stuff like that.
I mean, honestly, the reason I didn't get into paintball because it looked more painful. That's why I didn't, because the things are so big. That's the reason I stuck to airsoft, because I was like, paintball, that looks painful. That looks horrible. It really does.
Paintball hurt more than airsoft did.
Definitely. Yeah. And I remember I played airsoft in a field behind my grandma's house. Only time I ever got a tick on my body was playing in that cornfield. I got ticks on my body going prone in that grass. I went to take a shower that day. I had a tick on my ass.
Yeah, I had a tick on my hip once. And that was the only time I've ever had a tick. And it was probably in elementary school. I ripped that sucker right off.
But you have to be careful with those, because if you take them off the wrong way, they can regrow their body.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to take them off correctly, or they can regrow their body if they still have like the stem or something. It's disgusting. They're disgusting creatures.
Is on me?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
By the way, you want to speak
Jesus.
of things still in me? I don't know if you can see this. You see this mark on my pinky? How it's kind of dark?
Yeah.
So, listen to this. Back in high school, they gave out a book where it had everyone's phone number on it. I don't know why those things. Did your school do this by any chance?
No.
How the fuck did a tick even attach itself
I
to
don't-
a washboard
They had no
bumper?
right to do that. I don't know why they did that.
But as buddies, we were like, okay, well, that's the perfect reason to prank call people.
Yeah, why would they give kids people? That doesn't even make any sense.
So we would do three-way calls. We would prank call these people. And we prank called this girl once. She got so mad, she took her graphite pencil and stabbed me. Very sharp, stabbed me. And I still have that mark to this day. I still have that mark to this day from those prank calling days that I look at and reminds me, don't prank call people. You never know.
I mean, you know,
You never know.
the actions have consequences.
They do. They really do. And I mean, I thought I was immune. I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. Dankies, sweet, definitely. Glad I didn't do it today. No, you don't want to go to school today with that stuff. Zete, we got locked up. That's a fact. Good airsoft guns are expensive. They really were. Good airsoft guns are very expensive, especially the metal ones. Fun fact, I've been shot with a pellet gun. Oh my God, Tracy. Good Lord. I shot myself in the finger with a BB gun. BB got trapped under my nail. Oh my God. They had to surgically remove it. That's horrible. That's horrible. They're really playing Ready or Not. That's dangerous. I used to play paintball nationally. Really, Toy? That's crazy. Kiss Day, don't play outside. It's gaming only. Kinda. They're all in Fortnite. I was working a gig, ended up with 7 ticks on me. Good Lord. That's horrible. The phone tree shit. Washboard ass? I do have a washboard ass. That's what people have said. Welcome in, Sussy. Welcome in. I have a list of everyone's social media handles. That's true. I mean, back in my days, did you have a MySpace page?
MySpace was the only one I skipped. I never had
Really?
MySpace. I started off with Facebook. That was really when I started getting into social media.
Yeah, I remember my URL was glitcher987, but I didn't know how to spell glitch, so it's Glich. And that was my URL.
Looked like a fool.
I mean, me and my buddies, we go on Xbox and we look for glitches. That was like what we do to have fun, is try and find a cool glitch in a game.
Did you do the did you ever do the Gears of War glitches?
Yes!
Like crab walking
Yes!
and all that shit? Yeah.
That was literally all my friends' favorite games. And there was also a thing called Kung Fu Flip. You remember that by any chance?
that was yeah. I mean, back in the day, that was all anybody did.
I can't believe you know that. That's awesome. Because Gears of War was like my biggest, like that's where I met Clear Z in the chat. I mean, a lot of my oldest friends that I met through that game, which was like...
Yeah, that's the most time I've ever spent online. That was like the glory days of me and my buddies playing online.
And I felt like even Gears of War 2, it wasn't really the same.
No.
Not at all. Gears 1 had that community, and they would have like the sniper battles.
The thing too, yeah, with Gears of War 2 is they changed the shotgun. It wasn't the same. It just, I remember as soon as I got Gears of War 2, I got it on the midnight release.
Wow.
And I remember that night going to bed disappointed. I remember immediately I knew it didn't feel the same. And I was like, oh no.
Oh, I also went to that midnight release. I also went to the midnight release of Gears of War 3 is where I met a cannabis dealer that I had for the next year.
Nice.
That is where I met my cannabis dealer at Gears of War 3 midnight release. It really was. What was your... Did you ever go to the Halo 3 midnight release by any chance?
Halo 3, I didn't, or I don't know, maybe I did for my buddies. I don't remember going to it because I wasn't a huge Halo guy. I know I went to the Max Payne 3 midnight release.
Oh, you did? Wow.
I'm trying to think. Hitman Absolution. Actually, I remember I went to that one. I went to quite a few of the Call of Duty ones. I went to like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Those days, and then Madden back in those days. I would go to the Madden releases. But I haven't done that in such a long time.
You see it, they're actually pulling physical media from Best Buy and a lot of stores that, like, eventually, this is not going to happen anymore. Like, these midnight releases, they're already kind of gone.
Why do you think I'm building a Blockbuster?
For real.
They're trying to take my physical media away, and I'm not letting it happen.
Me and my dad lived right down the street from a Blockbuster, literally a 5-minute drive. We would regular the Blockbuster all the time. What's a good Blockbuster memory you have?
Well, I think I've mentioned this once on stream. My father was a manager at Blockbuster when I was little.
That's awesome.
So that's why, I think that's why, I've had this desire to almost kind of build my own, is because when I was little, he used to work there. He was the manager, so he would let me run wild, and I could, go up and down the aisles and watch whatever movie I wanted or whatever game I wanted. So, that was... I remember just having those good times as a kid, just having free roam of a video store, and
that's like that's so amazing to have as a kid. I'm sure that'd be awesome. I guess going there to rent movies, not only movies, I didn't really rent a lot of movies, Key Value. I was more renting games. I mean, we're renting like Twisted Metal 3, Twisted Metal 4. Sometimes you get Twisted Metal, it turned out to be a whole different game when you open the box. I mean, that was just what you had to deal with.
Yeah, those were the days.
They really were. And I hated Hollywood Video. I thought Hollywood Video sucked.
I don't think I had Hollywood. We had Blockbuster, and I think we had something called Westgate Video.
Oh yeah, that must have been a local thing.
Yeah, they might have been.
Welcome in, Prague Pro. Welcome in, Video Store King. I mean, you got to see. If you want to tune in, we're gonna raid into Lance after this stream, and if he wants to show off, if you want to show the Blockbuster room, it is honestly impressive as hell. It is very impressive. It really is.
A lot of work has gone into that.
Blew me away when I first saw it. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. Chase has a absolute unit of an ass. I don't know. He must be subbed to my OnlyFans.
WS.
Graphite does not go away. I had someone stab me with a pencil too. Same thing. Jeff, it's a dangerous thing. It really is. Now they give a list of everyone's social media handles. That's a fact. I saw a show when they took the lead pencil from a woman's hand. It'd been there 23 years. Good Lord. He doesn't know how to spell it. I don't know how to spell glitch. I don't. Does anyone remember the Legend of the Red Dragon BBS game? I've actually never heard of that. You heard of that, Lance? Legend of the Red Dragon?
Legend of the Red Dragon. I don't think so.
I haven't heard of that one. I waited 17 hours in line for Halo 2. Foil, welcome in. I remember going to the release of Halo 2, and people would take turns who could play the demo of Halo 2 before it came out. And I remember picking up those dual-wield SMGs. I was like, holy shit. What an innovation. Like having two SMGs.
I have a very fond memory of staying home sick and playing Halo 2.
Really?
I remember I was homesick, and I stayed home all day and played Halo 2 and beat it. Yeah. And that was my Halo 2 experience.
On Legendary?
No, not at that point. My God, no. When I was a kid, I never played things on hard mode.
Yeah, I mean, that game, I remember we'd come over every single weekend when Halo 1 was still out. A buddy in my neighborhood, one at a time, we'd spend all night on one level of Legendary. We'd be playing for 4 hours to beat one level. And it was just...
If I had it my way, every single game I played, which probably explains why I suck at games today, every single game I would play with cheat codes. I was a cheat code kid. If the game had cheat codes, I'd put them in.
Dude, I would go to this website called Cheat Planet, and I'd print out a packet, maybe 5 deep, for like GTA codes, and staple them shut, and I'd just go through the pages. Which one gives me all the guns? Which one summons all this shit? I mean, that was...
I remember... I don't know if I've ever talked about this. The very first website I ever started building, because that's how I started getting into it. Is my dad, he did, when he was in college, he did some HTML and stuff, so he was teaching me when I was little. The very first website that I started to put together was a cheat code website.
What?
Which was literally, it was just me going on other websites, getting the cheat codes, and then putting it on my website. So it was the stupidest thing, but I remember it was questforcodes.com, which
That's
it's
awesome.
not a thing anymore. But I remember that was the very first thing I put together, and it looked like shit. It was so fucking bad. I remember the background was just like a patterned image. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible, but that was the first one I worked on.
Yeah, these days you want big head mode, that's going to cost you $5. They literally, on the NBA game, they charge you $5 a big head mode. I swear to God, that's the thing I saw. It's
Yeah, that
insane.
doesn't surprise me at all.
Insane. Video Store King. Twisted Metal 3 had the best feel. 4 also cool. 4 is the one I played the most. Me and my dad would do co-op Twisted Metal 4 all night long. We would. Love a good blockbuster, without a doubt. Lance big into movies? Definitely. The guy, does he discuss on stream? He definitely does, Scotch. I mean, he directed some. He directed a TV series. And by the way, that's another question I have on my notepad is, do you have any future plans of getting back into directing that you would like to do?
So, of course, the obvious answer is yes. I'm not done forever with directing and acting and stuff. I did take a very long hiatus because I felt that it was needed. I needed to reapproach it with a fresh perspective. And I had a lot of other things I wanted to work on. So I felt like it was appropriate to just spend that time working on other ventures. But film is a very deep passion of mine. So yes, I'm not done. There are things in the future, but as far as what they are, when you will see them, in what context, that'll be saved for a later date.
And a follow-up question to that, what role are you going to have being in one of your future projects?
I think, honestly, you would do very well as a background character.
Oh, come on. I'm at least, I'm a second lead. I could be a bad guy. I could be a good guy. I mean, I could do it.
You would do very well. I've seen you look off into the distance before. I think you could pull it off.
Oh, come on.
I think you could pull it off, yeah.
Come on, I get some lines in there. Halo 2 with the dual needlers. That was classic. The OGs remember Gamefly. I do remember Gamefly. Game Shark. Legend of the Hidden Temple. Oh, that show was awesome. What a show. GTA 3 Tank Code. Very nice. It was the best. Summons. All the shit. Dude, Cheap Planet was the best night. Yeah, it was. GameWinners.com and Game Facts. Definitely sticks. Welcome in. Just got to Reddit. Was Reddit even around? I don't think it was even around when I was a kid. I didn't go on Reddit till I was like out of high school.
I don't remember that at all.
No. Look at my little men all grown up. Prag Pro, you're not our father. You're not our father, Prag Pro.
Wants to be.
He does. He does. Got my DoorDash. Chick-fil-A, yum. I'll be back after I eat. Jeff, definitely enjoy that Chick-fil-A. It sounds delicious. I would love DoorDash these days, or right now, but it's just so nasty outside. I would not even put anyone through that. It is like, we got a good 1.5 feet of snow. Good 1.5 feet.
I don't think I've ever ordered DoorDash.
Dude, it's an addiction. You don't want to start. Rob, don't yoke me. It is really an addiction, because I'll be ending a stream. I even have the Dash Pass, where it makes it cheaper. And it is just, I mean, it's $20 for a whole meal in Chick-fil-A, and it just gets to your door in 10 minutes. I mean, it is, once you get that convenience, you don't want to stop. You really don't.
Yeah, I think it helps that I don't eat fast food. So I think that would be the big craving, is if I ate fast food, I'd always want to order it, but...
You don't eat fast food?
No, I haven't had fast food in over a decade.
Oh my God. Round of applause. Oh. I gotta say, I mean, I love me. I mean, I'll be eating McDonald's one day. I'll be eating Chick-fil-A the next. I mean, it's not good for you.
I used to have it a lot. I used to have it a shitload.
You don't even drink soda these days, don't you?
Yeah, no. Soda. Only because soda, it's sugar. It's just liquid sugar. I can't. You look at a can of Coke, the thing's it's 40 grams of sugar. It's all right. I mean, I'm having 3 candy bars? Give me a break.
I went through a phase back in like 2011, 2012 where I would drink 6 cans of ginger ale a night. 6 cans of ginger ale a night.
I used to too. I again, when I was young, all I had was soda and candy, and I had a very, very bad diet. I'm very lucky I don't have diabetes, honestly. It was really bad.
And I mean, I stopped all that with the ginger ale. I went to my dentist, and they said, you have 9 cavities. After I was drinking all that ginger ale. 9 cavities.
Well, that'll do it, yeah.
That was not a good experience. It wasn't. Chase doesn't know any other type of food. Hey, I don't know how to cook. Do you know how to cook, Lance? Are you a big cook? You cook things?
I do like cooking. I think that's a skill everyone should have. You know, it's also, hey, look, you know, it's good to impress the women too. You know, women like a guy who can cook.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I think it's important. I think it's very important for a guy to know how to cook a meal.
Honestly, I don't even know how. I've made ramen before, and even that I was worried about burning down my house.
It's the same. I'll be honest. Again, you know, my father, he doesn't cook a single day. He's a horrible cook. Some people can cook, some people can't. I don't know.
It's not easy. It's not easy. What do you eat? Nuts and berries? I don't eat nuts and berries, Robskins. I'm not a squirrel. I'm not a squirrel, even though I may look like one. I'm not a squirrel. I don't know any other type of food. He's literally a gremlin. I'm not a gremlin. Does Lance have a private chef? He doesn't have a private chef. No, he doesn't. By the way, speaking of chefs, have you seen Gordon Ramsay's video on how to make a grilled cheese? Have you seen that?
I mean, back when it came out, I don't know. I don't even really remember the video, but I remember everybody ripping it apart.
Exactly.
When it was out.
The guy's like, you have to get these rare cheeses from across the world. You have to get like this, that, and I mean, people have ripped them apart. They really did. I mean, even grilled cheese. All right, this might be controversial. I'm not a big grilled cheese guy. I mean,
I don't like macaroni and cheese.
What?
Yeah, a lot of people are very upset when I say that.
Holy shit. Good Lord, I only know how to follow that. What is
Yeah.
I mean, I have someone in chat, Clear Z, who says he makes pasta and puts barbecue sauce on the noodles.
That's disturbing.
I mean, I gotta say, it kind of is. It kind of is.
That's disturbing, yeah.
He says it's good. He does. If you don't like mac and cheese, fuck you. That's his choice. I love Gordon Ramsay. He is hilarious, but his cooking is amazing. That's all right. That's all right. Lance, you ever get into like the reality shows, like Kitchen Nightmares, Flavor of Love, Rock of Love? You ever get into that stuff?
MILF Manor, all the good stuff.
MILF
yeah.
Manor.
I used to back in the day. I used to Flavor of Love.
Oh, I love that show.
Rock of Love.
Yes.
I remember there was I Love New York.
Yes.
I Love Money.
Yes.
Which was the competition show, which they canceled the second season because the guy who won was a murderer.
What? Seriously, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he won, and he ended up murdering, and he was the contestant on what the fuck? There was another dating show with another woman who wanted to date millionaires, and Megan Wants a Millionaire or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It was that whole VH1 dating era. Yeah. Yeah, I was all into that.
Dude,
I
loved that shit. That was.
I tell my family all the time. I used to tell them I'm in my Bret Michaels face. I look like Bret Michaels right now.
You just gotta get the bandana.
Yeah, I got to put a little bit of eyeliner on, and then I'll look like him.
I love how Flavor of Love, they would give him the clock. Then in Rock of Love, they give him a VIP pass. You remember that?
Oh God, that was the shit. That was the shit back in the day. I mean, to be fighting over Flavor Flav. What the fuck were those women thinking? Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna come out and say this. I had a car bed until I was the age of 19. I had a car bed until I was 19 years old. And I remember sitting up in the edge of my car bed on the edge of my front hood.
Does God know that his son is on your
God
top
does
show?
know. Welcome in, Cody. He does. I would sit at the edge of my car bed in anticipation of I Love Money, seeing who's going to win that show. Like, I couldn't wait. I could not wait. Though I was so invested in those shows. I really would. Who would date Flavor of Love? I mean, a lot of people.
I always liked, I liked 12-Pack. 12-Pack, he was a cool guy. I always liked him. You know, he was ripped and shredded. He was what I aspired to be. You know, I saw him, I said, that's the guy right there.
That really was the heyday of television, wasn't it? That really was the heyday. It was.
It was. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I go on eBay and I see, you know, I do a little, I look up the listing for the first season of Flavor of Love, and I'm tempted to buy it, but I'm like, do I really want to spend the $25? I'll never watch this.
I mean,
and so I don't check out.
Another show that I feel like it's a reality show, but it's very different than those is were you ever into the early seasons of Survivor?
Those I never watched.
Oh, man, my whole family, well, that was like our family event that everyone in the house would sit down ready to watch season 1, season 5 of Survivor. That was like, the shows, they're not the same today. I kind of go back and watch those eventually. Shout out to New York, definitely. But I mean, that was an iconic show. I would be on the edge of my seat being like, what do you say? What was the iconic line he'd say when he kicked someone out of the tribe?
Get fucked.
The tribe has spoken.
Oh,
get fucked. That was the unrated version. It was.
Yeah. Survivor After Hours.
Shout out to New York. She is a legend. Megan Modchek. Megan was one of the other guests. Megan is in here? I don't think she is. She was also on Rock of Love. She was. Legendary show. Legendary show. But Lance,
the shit back.
would you like to take a 1-minute intermission and we can come right back? You can refill your
Lance
coffee.
aspires to be like Charlie.
Sure.
Sadly,
Let me
you
take a
have
little
to be
pee-pee.
from
I'll pull my
Florida.
pecker out and kind of
pull
dance
your
with it
pecker
for
out.
a second.
Definitely. Nambies, you want to fill some time? Nambies, you want to fill some time real quick?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, turn your camera on if you're available, if you want to. No pressure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, let's
It's
switch
still
to
dark in my
Nambies.
room though.
That's fine. Now we have Nambies here,
Yeah, it's real
someone
dark
we
in
have
my
never seen. Oh, it's just a black screen. It's just a black screen.
Yeah, I got to turn
All right, Nambies will fill the time, and we're going to take 30 seconds, me and Lance, to urinate and grab a beverage. We will be right back. Enjoy Nambies, the soundboard worker, and a legend of this show. One moment from both of us. Keyboard cat.
What's going on? We would push his like soundboard buttons and everything. It's been a lot of fun. How's everybody doing? Let's see here. I gotta get you guys on my one monitor, otherwise I can't see you. Hi everybody. I got like wrestling playing on my other screen, and it's really hard to hear. How's everybody been? Shout out Nobbies. Yeah, I don't stream. I just hang out. Dude, we have Keyboard Cat available. Mm-hmm. You guys want to see my cat? Check this out.
Ooh.
I've got a cat.
Yes. Ooh. There we are. We got the cat, showing off the cat. People love the cat. People love the cat. They really do.
She loves to be loved.
That is Nambies. That is Nambies. What's up, A2C? That WWF.
Did you wash your hands?
No. Of course I didn't.
Why not?
Because I like letting the diseases, I like to let them build up until it gets one big disease. You know what I'm saying? Eventually I'll pay.
You just
Eventually I'll
gotta
pay
build
for
up like resistance.
Exactly. You get a lot of that, what's it called? The stuff that eliminates stuff from your hands. Eventually your hands are going to be weak. They're going to be weak hands.
I always feel like, like Dale Gribble, like he is always around like toxic waste and like weird stuff like that. It just kind of builds up natural resistance.
I mean, that's what you got to do. It's a superpower.
R.I.P. Dale Gribble.
What was your kitty's name, says Roleplex?
My kitty's name's Isley, like Mos Eisley from Star Wars.
I love it. Hey, don't ball Nambies for you. Why are you balling Nambies? Stop doing that.
It doesn't even snow here. I appreciate it.
Now everyone's balling nonstop. Everyone's balling nonstop. Chris, come on. Chris, I mean, Nambies doesn't deserve the balls. A fellow Star Wars nerd also has the WWF poster in the background, the drawing. Right there. Right there.
It's painted. It's right there.
There it is.
Shout out to Chris Benoit.
Shout out to Chris. I mean, I was watching a documentary on today. Cooter Thug, welcome in. All right, Nambies. Thank you very much for filling time. Let me get Lance back in here. Looks like he's back. Thank you so much, Nambies. Nambies, I'm sure is going to be of course. I'm sure going to be a future guest on this program. I'm sure he is. I mean, Lance, we were both boozing. I mean, I'm sure it runs right through us. It does.
Yeah, I had you know what are you going to say? I had to pee.
Thank you, LMX. Thank you. I could tell by look on your face that you had a urination brewing. I could just tell by looking at you. I could. I mean, you can see it in your eyes. I need balls. We're not giving out balls. Of the pink, definitely. Drunkies, we're not drunk. We've never been drunk. I've never been drunk a day in my life. What's the drunkest you've ever been, Lance? Do you have a story of the drunkest you've ever been? Tell me.
So I'll say this, okay? I don't usually drink when I stream for a reason. When I was younger, okay, as I've gotten older, I've gotten better with with my tolerance with alcohol and where my barrier is.
Yeah.
When I was younger and I was in college and whatnot, I used to, there were quite a few times where I would black out. I would drink quite a bit.
God damn.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what type of stories I want to. I'll say this. There was one night, I blacked out, woke up. My buddies were like, "What the hell? What happened to you last night? We had to shower you.
Oh
You
my
almost
God.
puked in the house ventilation system.
Jesus.
What was going on?" I'm like, I'm like, "What are you guys talking about? Nothing. None of that happened. I don't remember any of that." And they were like, "Dude, just look at your shorts." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Look at your shorts." And I looked down. I'm like, "Oh shit, these aren't my clothes." And I realized, oh, you guys did shower me and something. Oh fuck, I don't remember last night. And that was the first time I ever blacked out. So I didn't even realize what was happening. And then the rest of that day, from when I got up out of the bed till when I went to bed that night, was the sickest and worst feeling I ever had in my life. I was so fucking hungover. It was so bad. But since then, yeah, I blacked out quite a few times, and I was just one of those people where I would just drink and I didn't really watch myself, and I would just go until I went. And yeah, so I have plenty of stories from when I was younger, but I don't know, maybe we'll just leave it at that one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been blackout drunk where it's like I can't remember. Like, I think the drunkest I've ever been, so I was like, I just broke up with this girl, and you know how I was spending time? This is before I started streaming. Actually, one of the first streams I ever did was I would go on VR chat with a bunch of anime and furry girls, and I would play drinking games with them. I would. And one day I had my stream on. I got so drunk with one of those furry girls, just had me drinking. I saw her tail wave, and I was like, I gotta listen. And then I left the stream on for 8 hours as I was in bed vomiting and just like passed out. And that was one of my first streams ever. Was me and VR chat after I just went way too far. I went way too far. I did. It was too much. Love you, Nambies. We'll definitely have Nambies back on. Definitely. Can I put Nikki on the monitor? We don't have a monitor. Put her on. We don't. Chris with the ultimate. He did. Scar, you got Nambies on your first special? Definitely. Take another shot, says
Late night
Tracy.
tonight on
She's
the Channel 9 network.
She's pushing it.
Twitch's
I blacked
leading
out a few
network for
times.
all of your entertainment needs.
That's absolute
Why
fact.
go anywhere else? Channel 9 has got you covered.
I don't know. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. I really don't. Some people just can't handle their drinks. Time, I mean, that's just how it is. That's just how it is. I'm
Is Time calling me out?
Time that's all he does is he spits venom. He's
look, Time, I at one point I was a party animal. I don't know what to tell you, all right, Time? I don't know what to fucking tell you. Once upon a time, I was even younger and hotter than I was now, and I was a party animal, okay?
He's the king cobra of this chat, always spitting venom. He's the king cobra, and I can hear him rattling from here. I can. I don't think they have rattlers, but who cares? Good lord, it's true. Why don't you have that saved? Because why would I save a VOD of me vomiting in the dark? Because that's not something I want to save. Why me again? Stop calling him out. Oh, come on. Yeah, you're a king cobra. You're a king cobra. Lance, if you, when you start doing your, I know you're going to be doing your call-in type of shows. If you wanted to join the Channel 9 network, we would love to have you. I mean, we only have 3 people right now. We're being very selective of who we're going to bring in. If you wanted to hop on, because we only bring in the people who do the call-in shows. That's kind of like our MO. You do a call-in show, because it's a dying breed. It really is. Call-in shows are a dying breed. They are. If you wanted to be a part, we would absolutely, I think it would be amazing. I do.
I'll have to take a look at the contact.
Definitely. Lance, I pulled Lance the other night. Yo, thank you, 99. Britswe 99. Welcome in. I pulled Lance the other night and choked on my drink on stream. Oh, come on. One of us. I'm in bed. Hello, how's it going, Brit? Welcome in. You ever play that Lethal Company game, Lance? That's something I plan on playing with the Channel 9 crew coming up very soon. You ever played that?
Everybody keeps mentioning it.
Yeah, it's like
everybody
the big thing.
Seems to love it.
Everyone
I don't know what is going on with that game, but every time I look at footage, it just looks so bare bones. I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know.
Doing good, Britt. We got Lance from Saints on. Have a splendid night on Late Night tonight. Hope you're having a fantastic night as well. But there's something about it, because I'm actually trying to go into a blind, because I have no clue what you even do on that game. But when I do play it, when we do play it together, it is going to be. That's what's going to happen. It's the next Among Us. I never played Among Us. I mean, do you play Among Us?
I never played it either.
I mean, when I saw Among Us, I was like, I don't know if that's my vibe.
I actually, to be honest, I would have loved Among Us. I played Werewolf all the time back in high school. but it was past my time. Like it was, all my buddies and stuff. We were older and everybody was moved on. So it's just, it wasn't. Had it happened like 5 years prior, I probably would have played it.
What's a game that you and your buddies loved? That was like a game that you guys just really went off on. One of your favorite games to just group up and just have a good time. What was that?
Gears of War 1.
Yes.
I know we mentioned it earlier, but that was without a doubt, that was the biggest game. Like every single one of my friends played it. We played that like every day until Gears of War 2 came out. Like that was our game. Everybody played it.
Do you remember when Cliffy B was announcing Gears 2 and came out with the chainsaw and cut down a piece of paper with a fake chainsaw? Do you remember that, E3?
Cliffy B, what a dork. What a dork that guy is. He's man, I'll tell you. Back in the day, he was badass.
He is fallen off. He came out with a game in the last few years that was one of the biggest notorious flops of all time.
Yeah, wasn't it? He did Lawbreakers.
Ask him
and
about
then he
the
did
chainsaw glitch and multiplayer and see if he has flashbacks, Kappa.
Like that.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like the new Fortnite, and it was just absolute garbage.
I was in the beta of that game, and I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I have A2C asking, do you remember the chainsaw glitch? Where you could make someone jiggle, they wouldn't die, then you would swap guns, and then they would rip in half on your choice.
Yeah.
That was an awesome glitch.
The glitches were like... That was like half of the game.
Seriously, though.
Like everybody was doing glitches.
You had the crab walk and the kung fu flip, which my whole career of Gears, as much as I played it, I can never do the kung fu flip, where you had to do like some crazy, like fucking Mortal Kombat finisher shit, and then you would somehow flip into the air outside the level. It was insane. I could never pull that off.
There's no game that's gonna replicate the shotgun battles. Like that was like the funnest part of that, was just going head to head with someone and just whoever was the last one stay. Like that was just the funnest stuff back in the day.
The Gnasher.
Yeah, that was just a blast. That was. I don't think I'll ever have times online as fun as that.
Welcome in, Flood. Welcome in. It's sad that series is really falling off so hard.
Yeah.
Like every single one just got worse and worse and worse. And I do hear rumors of a new one coming soon, but
I'm sure they will. Yeah.
I mean, they're trying. They really fell off. Even after 2 A2C, even 2 was not the same game as 1. I mean, 1 was never really replicated. I mean,
no, 1 was its own thing.
Yeah.
I don't even consider like the whole series as a whole. Like part 1 was its own experience. And that was just one of the funnest times I ever had online. I don't think that'll ever happen again.
Why would you say that, Tracy? Lance's hair should have his own stream. What does that mean? Is that Jesus? Now people are welcome in. Gecko. It's not Jesus. It's simply Lance from Saints. Someone I've known on Twitch from the beginning, and I'd like you to respect him. I'd like you to respect him. Do not besmirch him. Do not, please. Do not call him Qui-Gon Jinn.
I guess they let out the loony bin, huh?
There's some unhinged people in here. There is, and when I raid into you after this stream, you're gonna have to deal with them. You are. You're gonna have to deal with them. No
respect.
Some say you're the Rodney Dangerfield of Twitch.tv since you don't get any respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't get any respect.
I mean, you watch those late Carson when he would go on and just fire bomb after bomb, just short jokes. My wife signed me up for bridge class. I'm jumping off next Tuesday.
No, I mean that's I agree. I am a little bit. I'm a mix of Rodney Dangerfield and Cat Williams. I mean, I don't know how many times I gotta say that.
God damn. I mean, you have the viralosity. I don't to make that word myself right now.
Yeah,
of Cat Williams, viralosity. I mean, it's like velocity of viralness. That's what you are. Plus the Rodney, I can see that. I really can see it. Anyways, hey, Hot Stuff, aka Tracy, how you doing? Ask Lance what he eats now. My father wants to know what you eat.
Now, a lot of tuna fish, Greek yogurt, protein bars. I don't know who threw that.
Yeah, do not ball him, clown baby. Don't ball him, please.
I have for dinner, steaks, chicken, potatoes, veggies, normal sort of stuff. Nothing special. Who's doing that?
Who's the vampire? Someone's saying now. They're just really piling on, and I apologize. I hope you know it's not usually like this. It really isn't. It really isn't.
Yep, that's good shit.
He's not a vampire, Chief. Welcome in. He is not a vampire. He is not. We heard that if you were the 2023 Dracula, that you had a famous line that you would say.
What I was just saying, times have changed. He's not quite the same Dracula he was back in the day.
That's good shit.
I was, the recreation I was doing was oh, I want to suck your cock, and I think that would be like that's the sort of thing you want to see today if a Dracula came. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that.
The crowd loved it. The crowd loved it. I mean, Dracula, you know he's not sucking blood anymore. He's moved on. He has to get into more modern topics. He really does.
Not today.
He really does. Lance wants to suck what? You heard him, Tracy. You heard him. You heard him. Is that a werewolf?
Well, no. First of all, I didn't say that. That was Dracula.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Dracula. He's not sucking for blood anymore, baby. He's sucking for something else.
This is 2024.
He's got new food.
Exactly. Have you ever seen Son of Frankenstein, by the way? That's another really old, like, speaking of old
I don't know
horror.
what that garbage is.
It's, oh, come on, it's not garbage. It has, with the guy who was in Willy Wonka.
Gene Wall. You're talking about Young Frankenstein.
Oh, Young Frankenstein. That's what it is.
It would help if you gave me the right.
Oh, I mean, I've watched it once, fucking a year and a half ago. Come on.
Young Frankenstein. Yeah, I've seen that.
That is hilarious movie.
Yeah, it is funny. Yeah,
such a funny movie.
Why do you have all the channel point redemptions
and people,
locked up
I
like
think
a
sometimes they get
Walgreens in the
swayed
hood?
by those older
What is this
style
North
ones, but
Korea?
that and like Blazing Saddles.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time.
Those are hilarious.
I'm missing this hat to watch VOD.
Thank you, Dark BMXers, for the sub. Thank you, Dark. And we have the Chan Awards. We only have a few today because we don't want to just hijack everything. I can't have Lance telling a story and then Borat shows up, rolls on his face. Then we got Pee Wee Herman yelling.
A lot of scumbags.
I mean, we do this simply just for a late night tonight. And do not yoke me, Dark. Do not yoke me. Do not. As we do have many more streams coming up, we do. Lance, what do you have planned for tonight's stream? I know you're going to be streaming after this. We are going to be rating you. Do you have any plans? You're going to be talking to the chat, having a good time?
You know, I don't really know. I haven't showered. Maybe we'll do a shower stream.
Okay. You've been playing some Liza P.
I have. You know, I don't think we're going to play that tonight. I'm just not in the mood. You know what it is? I got to be in the mood to play a game. And Liza P's, we played that for 2 nights already, and it's just like, you know, it's a tough game. It's not easy.
No, that...
You know, there's so much dodging and so much stabbing and shit. It's like sometimes I just want to relax and have a fun time.
I remember I did a Elden Ring stream. It was 4 hours of me just being so mad. I ended that stream. I was so mad that I was like, I'm never streaming again. I'm not.
Did you do another Elden Ring? Or was
no,
that
never again. I was like, fuck this. That was horrible. I would fight the same boss over and over again. I was just so pissed. I was so pissed.
I've said this on stream, and this is not an exaggeration. My first boss on Elden Ring, I spent 14 hours on.
Dude,
could you imagine if I did that on stream?
That boss is horrible. That first boss is a nightmare. I mean, if you did, I feel like people would actually watch that. I gotta be honest.
14 hours? Do you know how ridiculous that was? And because I'd be stressed with chat watching me, it probably would have taken longer.
Probably. Duck. I mean, that's a dodgeball reference. You ever seen dodgeball with the Vince Vaughn? Oh, Globo Gym. That's
you know they're supposed to make part 2, but without Ben Stiller.
Seriously? Why without Ben Stiller? He's not. He doesn't want to get involved.
I don't know. Yeah, as of right now, he's not involved. I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vince Vaughn, he was in season 2. But have you ever seen a show called True Detective? You ever seen that show?
It's on my list. I have not seen it. It's on my list.
So it's a very first season, I gotta say, is one of the best TV series I've ever watched. The first season, I think that is the peak of TV. But so every season they do one of those things how some shows do, where it's like a brand new story. Yeah, brand new story. Fargo does the same thing. If you've seen Fargo.
I've seen the first season.
Yeah, the first season is the best one of Fargo as well. But just True Detective is so hit or miss. The second season, abysmal. Third season, really good. And they just started the new season yesterday. You ever heard of Jodie Foster?
Oh, yeah. I love Panic Room.
Yeah, she's the lead detective of this new season.
Yeah, I heard it's fantastic.
I mean, it was kind of slow in the first half. I mean,
maybe they were wrong.
But, I mean,
you can't trust critics.
No, but True Detective is a show that takes time to build, so I can't really judge it yet. But, I mean, the thing I remember the most about the first episode is that one of the detectives fucked this guy and then took his SpongeBob toothbrush. That was the most I remember about the first episode. Actual thing that happened. Actual thing that happened in the first episode. It's true. It's true.
Let me see that.
I'm watching Dodgeball 2. Average Joe. Average Joe, is that a show? You heard Average Joe?
Wasn't that the dodgeball team?
That was one of the teams. I forgot about that. That was one of the teams. Then Globo Gym. Fuck. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Good show, definitely.
If you can dodge a cock, you can dodge a ball.
There's no. There was no cocks. There was no cocks.
Well, if
Maybe
they made
two.
it today.
Yeah,
if they
exactly.
Made it today. If you can
exactly.
dodge my cock, you can dodge a ball. And then they would have him come running out with his cock, and it would be an A24 film. It'd be rated NC-17.
Yep.
It would be and it'd be like a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
You know, he'd be deranged, and he'd be trying to put a dodgeball team together for a tournament that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And that's the twist at the end, is they find out they've been training for a tournament it's not even real.
I mean, today is... I really don't know why that 2024, it's just really all angled toward cocks. Cock is really just, I would say that's the word, that is the topic of 2024, and we're really starting it off. We're doing our best. I really feel like, I know there is spoilers, there is. I mean, spoil the cock. But cock is really, that's one of the main subjects of this year. That's how we're doing it. It is. Would you have any desire to go down to New York and watch the ball drop? Would you have any desire
Absolutely not.
No? My mom literally asked me if I'd want to go and do that like 2 days ago.
Absolutely.
And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so.
That sounds like one of the worst things I could want to do on New Year's.
Just watching Ryan Seacrest fucking just counting it down. I mean,
not even. You're just on the street squished between
yeah, exactly, with 9,000
people.
That's how a new virus starts.
In the cold.
I mean,
like what the fuck? Just see a ball drop?
Yeah, and I go there with my mom and everyone's kissing. I'm just there with my mom. What's supposed to do? Kiss her?
What am I going to make out with my mother? No, I'm good. Thank you. Jesus.
That's not.
Sitting there tonguing my mom. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
I mean, we're not going French with it. We're not going French with it. Dodgeball's no way. Dodgeball came out 20 years ago. Is that actually true?
Yeah.
Holy
2004,
shit!
Yeah.
Wow. As time passes, I can only believe. If you mean out me, if this is too much. If it's too much, please tell me. What year do you graduate? If you mind me asking.
I graduated 2011.
2011. I was 2010.
Yeah.
I mean, that was, we're old souls on this platform full of young bucks. We really are.
Here's a question for you then. Did
Go
you go
for
to
it.
your, did you go to your 10-year reunion?
I never got any notification for it. I mean, I don't even think they had one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't even think they did. 2009, 2010 for you sticks? Hell yeah. I mean, I feel like they didn't even do one for my school. They're like, my school got sued because they had the logo of the fucking Florida Gators, and they just ripped it off, and were like, that's ours now, and sold merch of it, and saying it's their logo, and then they got fucking sued. I mean, so...
There's, my high school got accreditation the year I graduated. I lucked out. All previous classes graduated without accreditation.
What's accreditation mean?
Honestly, I don't even know. You're supposed to, a school is supposed to be accredited by the state or something, so that saying that they can allow you to get a diploma or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even.
So you said you went to community college. What'd you go to community college for?
For teaching.
For teaching.
So that's when I went to school for education. That's when I ended up being a substitute teacher, and that's when a teacher fell ill. There was a Spanish teacher of the school who fell ill. They had me take over the class, and I was a teacher for a while.
Wow.
Even though I don't know any Spanish. So that was
when you go to school for something like that, do you like lock into a subject, or is it just kind of like a general blanket of like anything?
Yeah, so it was middle/high school education specializing in English.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was going for, is I was going to be a high school/middle school teacher with a background in English.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously that never panned out, which is for the best now. God only knows. If I was doing cute bot and e-dating at night and then still trying to go to the school during the day, it would have only been a matter of time until I was removed by the fucking back of my head.
I mean, schools these days, they're a whole different world than when we went.
Lance
really
has
are.
the look of the sub that goes in and tells the class, look, I don't give a shit. I know you don't give a shit. So let's get through this together.
Does that sound about right? That Lance was the type of sub that comes in and says, I don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. Let's just hang out. I'm putting on Bill Nye on the pull-out TV thing, and we're just watching Bill Nye or something.
There was one day that I pulled out the TV,
mm-hmm.
and I put on Golden Girls.
Oh, really?
Sitting there, and they were like, what the fuck? And because I had it on DVD, it's a classic, it's a great show. So I put that on, but midway through the day, one of the security officers came in, and he looked at the screen, he's like, you got Golden Girls on? I'm like, yeah, they earned it. And he was like, okay, and then he left, and I'm sure he was shaking his head like, they earned it. They Golden, what the hell?
Sounds like a punishment.
Yeah, but they did. They earned it. They were good. They were good kids that week, so I put on Golden Girls.
I've actually never seen a single episode of Golden Girls. I'll be honest. I really haven't.
Well, that's a mistake.
My dad was more of a Gilligan's Island kind of guy, or Three's Company. Those were the old shows.
Three's Company. Yeah, my father. I was watching it today.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it hold up?
He watches it almost every day. So if I'm working with him, he's got it on.
Does it still hold up today? I mean, is it still an entertaining show to watch, or is it just kind of like Mr. Furley's a pervert? Is that? I mean, that's kind of seems how it would be these days.
Yeah, some of it. Again, I think you have to remember too. A big part of the show too is that the main character Jack Tripper is pretending he's gay to live with the two women. So it's like
I forgot
that whole scenario is like, you just wouldn't do that today, because Mr. Furley be like, oh, he's a fairy. It's like, all right, well, yeah, you can't write that today. That's
good lord. Another one. What about the Munsters? Ever big into the Munsters?
Nah, that one I never watched.
Oh man, that was, and they also had the Beverly Hill Hillbillies. That was another one. I think that's what they were called.
Now that one, yeah, that was a show, but that one I skipped. I never watched that one. Trying to think of what the Honeymooners. That was another.
Yeah,
one
I've heard of that one.
You ever see that?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it. Thank you for the
Jackie
alert, Britt.
Gleason.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jackie Gleason. That's a classic comedian. I've heard his name many of times. Some people call me the Red Skelton of late night shows. That's what they call me.
I don't even know who the hell that is.
That's a really old one. That's a really old one. Because where English was your second language. That's not true. I mean, Lance is a master of English. I know that I'm very bad at English. I very much am. I failed horribly in English when it came down to what was it, verbs and proverbs and all that shit. I don't even know names. It's just I was bad. I failed those classes. Dallas, that's a classic. Dallas with fucking Ewing and Bobby. That's a classic.
Yeah,
right there.
Dallas I never watched.
And my dad put that on all the time. But Lance, if you have a topic you'd like to bring up, I'm through my whole entire list. But if you have something to bring up, absolutely go for it. If not, I can just keep rambling and bring something up. Feel free.
I don't know. I mean,
our musical guest tonight's gonna be Corey Feldman.
Oh yeah. How'd you end up booking that?
It wasn't easy, but Corey Feldman is going to be on that. I just now announced right now that Corey Feldman is going to be our musical guest tonight. And I gotta say, he's thinking outside the box. He's doing very good. Corey Feldman, he's out there. He is.
Incredible. Corey Feldman, what a star.
He's the modern day Michael Jackson, in my opinion.
What about chat? Does chat have any questions? Because
yeah, go for it. Oh yeah, that's something I totally forgot about even doing. If you guys want to call in, or if you want to just ask a question, feel free. Who's Lance's top 5 wrestlers? I don't think you're big into wrestling, were you?
I'm not. When I was younger, the only one I even really cared about, because I thought his 619 move was cool, was Rey Mysterio.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was. But yeah, I mean, I've never been like a huge wrestling guy.
Can you believe he's still wrestling today?
That
which is ridiculous.
Shocked. And then wasn't it? I don't know if it was scripted or not. Didn't somebody save his life? Logan Paul or something?
That was actual. No, that wasn't scripted. That was legit. But that's because they both messed up, because he jumped off the ropes and he was short, and then Logan was too far, so he just caught him this far from spiking his head first. That was a very scary thing. It was. Corey Feldman released the worst album of all time. That's a subjective statement. It is. One people's trash is another person's treasure. Flair was at the Bucks game last night, was he? Ric Flair is still going up to do another match. Ric Flair still wants to wrestle.
He looks like a goddamn corpse.
I mean, he looks like a wallet. I mean, he does not look good these days. He doesn't. But the guy, he has it in him. He wants to die in the ring. I was
gonna say that. He said he just wants to pass away right there in the square, doesn't he?
He did his last ever match, and he literally faked a heart attack during the match. He literally faked a heart attack. Me and Clear watching it live, like freaking out. We're watching him die. He literally, I mean, that's not something you can joke about when you're Ric Flair at that age. You can't do a joke about having a heart attack. I mean, that just scared the shit out of me.
You know what that brings up is another good point. The best fucking humor that I've ever seen from wrestling, and you again could never do that, is the Vince McMahon days. Those were so funny. Like, I get he was an asshole and nobody likes him and stuff, but the scripts that they came up with back in the day, that stuff is so hilarious. Like you could never do it, having sex with a corpse or.
Oh my
I
God,
think
that was
like,
Kane.
none of that stuff you could pull off today.
He literally had a moment where he would wear a do-rag and say the N-word. I mean, that was literally a thing that he did. I mean, that was do-rag Vince. I mean, it was really different time. That was very unhinged times. It very much was. That is very different than today.
As much as people hate him, he was hilarious.
I mean, the guy was a nut. He was. We do have the redeem. It is on standby right now. What movie does Lance think what movie does Lance think has the best soundtrack is a question that has come in. Movie that has a great soundtrack. That's a good question.
I've said this before that I don't know if this is the best soundtrack, but one movie I watch quite a bit purely because the visuals combined with this music is just so amazing is Tron Legacy.
Oh, with Daft Punk.
Yeah, I really like that album. I think that album is fantastic, but when you pair it with the movie, it's like the perfect 2-hour long music video. It's just I think that's another perfect example of a movie that's not great, but it's very, very entertaining.
Yeah, I've actually never seen that movie, but I've heard the soundtrack just through YouTube, and the soundtrack is ridiculous.
I think I love that movie. It's just a fun film.
Yeah. I mean, I think I tried to watch the very first Tron movie, and I got partway through it, but I didn't finish it. But I think they've made 2 Trons, right? They made the old one and the modern day one.
Yeah, so they have Tron and then Tron Legacy. The old one, if you watch it today, I mean, the visuals do not hold up well at all. That was like the very beginning of when they were doing, visual effects.
Yeah, that was like the 80s, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, it was a very different time. But Tron Legacy, I love that movie.
Yeah. Tron Legacy. Interstellar 5555 is a must-see. Bite your tongue, sir. Old Tron is my MC name. Oh, shit. Did you ever go to Universal Studios growing up by any chance, or Disney?
Yeah.
Dude, did you ever go on the Jaws ride?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was like one of my favorites, and I would be so scared every time I go on it. But I thought that ride was just so cool. Like, the Jaws ride was just awesome. I love that movie and that ride.
I enjoyed the Back to the Future ride. I was very upset when they took that down. They replaced that with The Simpsons. I was very, very upset by that. Trying to think of what else. They have the Mummy ride, which again, I think that's one of the best rides there.
That's still there.
They still have not gotten rid of that, thank God.
Jaws got Harry Pottered.
I will say the Harry Potter world is really cool.
But still, to get rid of the Jaws ride, that's iconic. You can't go.
Actually, the Jaws ride, you know why they got rid of that? That didn't even have anything to do with the Harry Potter. They got rid of it for a fireworks show.
What? Really?
They had a fireworks on the water show, and then they ended up canceling that like 2 or 3 years later because who the hell cares about a fireworks show? That was so stupid anyway.
I mean, I heard that ride was nothing but disasters. They've gotten lawsuits. They had someone who fell in the water with the animatronic shark, and he sued the company. He got brought back onto the ship and everyone started cheering, thinking it was part of the show. Like, the guy's like literally worried for his life, freaking out because a big animatronic shark is about to bite his ass off, and the crowd's just cheering. I mean, it's honestly disturbing. I mean, they were. Would Lance cast in a spy thriller movie that he's detecting? Or directing, sorry.
A spy thriller. If I had the ultimate choice of an actor, oh, jeez. A spy thriller.
Tom Cruise would have to be up there, right? I mean, Tom Cruise. I mean, he has it.
I'm not. God, I don't know. Maybe some sort of like his last case he's brought out after 20 years. If we do like maybe Kurt Russell, maybe do like a old Kurt Russell where he was a detective decades ago, and someone he knew he's got to be dragged out for some spy thing. I don't know. Maybe Kurt Russell.
Very good actor. Was he in Tombstone? He was in Tombstone, wasn't he?
Tombstone, yeah.
Oh. That was my dad's favorite movie. We watched that 20,000 times. Loved Tombstone so much. I was so big into cowboy movies growing up.
I'm big into whatever he did with John Carpenter. It's just a classic. Escape from New York, Big Trouble, Little China, The Thing. Those are all just like classics. Again, those are movies I watch all the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was like, did you ever get into Cap Guns? Was that thing you're ever into, cap guns? Because that was like, I'd try to be a cowboy and I'd get the cap guns, shooting them off in the air, thinking I was a cowboy. I mean,
I had those, but I was never huge into them.
Mm-hmm.
I had when I was little, I had a little toy gun, and I remember that was the first time I got stitches.
Oh
is
my
I was on a
gosh.
trampoline. I was on a trampoline shooting my toy gun, and it fell out of my hand. So I went to dive and grab it, and when I dove, my head went straight into the
Oh,
iron pole that surrounds it, and I ended up getting a couple of stitches across my eyebrow.
good
Yeah.
lord. Welcome in, Butter Clown. Welcome in. That's yeah. I've only gotten stitches one time. That is with the scar I have on my face. I tell people I don't mean to pull up the music. I might have to do it. I might have to do it. I'm not doing it. But I mean, I was in a bar fight when my dad was an arm wrestler, and I went up to this guy. I went up to the bar. I didn't like how I was looking at my father. He didn't think he was going to win the tournament. Got hit right in the face with a glass bottle. Right in the face with a glass bottle. It was not easy. It was a rough thing. Welcome in, Razor. Welcome in. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to stand up for your father. You have to do what you have to do. Pastor Lee, welcome in as well. Welcome in. The holiest man, Twitch.television, is right here. There he is. There he is. We have another question coming in saying that Herbie the Love Bug. The only thing I remember about that movie is, what's it called? What's her name that was in that?
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh my god, that was Lindsay in her prime, I tell you. What's Lance's favorite twist in a movie, says Time Goes to Waste?
Ooh, favorite movie twist. I don't know. I mean, this isn't my favorite movie twist, but I remember at the time, because I was only like, God, what was I, 11 years old, 10 years old, is I remember the ending of Saw. I remember being in the theater, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Oh my God. That was so I don't know if that's the best twist, but off the top of my head, I remember that one had a big impact on me when I was a kid. I thought that was so cool.
I mean, those movies, like, the early ones were insane. They were insane. They really were. They really were. Hold on one moment.
I think that's what it was too. Is with a horror movie, you didn't really expect twists. You know, it was like with horror movies, you just got kills, and then at the end, the killer died, and that was that. So I just thought it was so cool that a horror movie had a twist.
Yeah, I mean, what are they up to these days? Saw 19. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. They are. I think they have announced Saw 11 is coming out.
Seriously, I mean, they're gonna keep doing those until we're here and gone. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, they really are. I mean, I gotta say, one of my favorite movies, as the reason I have Angry Scar, was Scarface. You seen Scarface?
I just had the fireplace TV behind me. It just had Scarface on it 2 days ago.
Oh, amazing movie. I gotta say, I mean, it's kind of hard to bring someone into that movie because it's a very slow build. Like the very beginning, and they're just building the story of him like working his way up out of being a Cuban refugee to being like the king of like the cocaine trade. But I mean, that movie. I watched that.
I love that movie.
I absolutely love Scarface. You ever seen the old like black and white version? I've never seen that.
No,
one.
I do have it, but I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list. It's in my very, very long list.
Yeah, I mean
that I'll never get to.
Right before what's it called? Actually, something I meant to bring up that I just remembered right now. You mind if I bring up a dream that I had yesterday?
What is this sick shit, huh?
So
I had a sick dream.
I had a dream. I was at my house, and my mom won some kind of Shark Tank competition, and Lori from QBC showed up at my front door. She showed up at my front door. She did, and I went up to her and I said, "Hi, I have a show named I have QBC. I do it on Twitch." She got so mad, she stormed off and just left. I made her so mad just saying that I had a mock version of her show, and she just stormed off and never showed up again.
Yeah, I would have too.
I mean, it honestly was a dream I'll never forget. And also in that same dream, I snuck into the backstage of WrestleMania, and I was video camming. I had my phone, and I was like, I'm going to show everyone this film.
It was a very
backstage.
You looked at her backside when she stormed off.
I bet you. I didn't look at her backside. I did not look at her backside. Not at all. I did not. There's someone right here. Someone. He's talking about a 420 thing.
The fuck?
Cannabis.
The fuck was that?
Yeah, I didn't look at her backside. I never looked at a backside in my life. What is another passion in life that Lance has besides TV and film? That's a good question.
I mean, it's pretty much anything entertainment based. You know, the board games, video games are a big thing that I really would love to get into at some point, but it's by far the most complex entertainment endeavor that you could take on, because it combines every element. So I'd like to ultimately one day, that's my big goal, is not only making films, but if I am able to make a video game, that would be astonishing. I would love to do that. And then other passions I have, I keep busy again. I work out and it's really all entertainment based stuff.
And you got your board game. We haven't mentioned that. You have a board game you made from scratch.
Yeah, I've made again. It's been now it's 2024, so it's been 9 years since Saints.
Wow.
But throughout those years, every year I made a board game. So I have 8 board games now.
Wow. Holy crap.
None of them are available for purchase yet, so that's great. But I've been very, very busy with that. I plan on one day. Right now, I want to transform them into a digital version for Tabletop Simulator, play it with the streams. Then maybe if I'm lucky enough, years down the road, I can get a programmer, turn them into a mobile app. There's steps that I'd like to take, but it's going to be a very long process. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it pans out.
How's the process of making a board game? How long does something like that take? Because you said you have 8. I mean, what is the process of that?
So, I mean, the 8 was because when I was in that period of doing them, I was really in that kick and I was in that mode. So, I mean, it depends on what type of game you want to make. Every game is different. You could make a card game, and then the process is you need to make the cards. So that's designing a front and back. And then you got to make a box. That's designing the box. Then you get to more complicated games where you have a whole game board. You got to design a board. You got to find out what materials they're made out of. You got to find a manufacturer who makes that sort of stuff. There are sometimes I have to go through separate companies because I might have like a holographic card, and one company can do foil print. Or there's so many different elements to board game making. There's another third-party company that I'd have to reach out to so that they can test it and they read the manual and they make sure that people in stores can understand it. And all of this, honestly, is figured out just by going on Google. Go on Google. How do you design board game? How do you have game tested? And you do research and you figure that stuff out, and you do what you have to. Just like getting my shit on Amazon. It's all just looking it up. It's putting the work in and figuring out how.
What were some of your favorite board games growing up?
I was a fan of Risk. I did Risk.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a classic. Me and my buddies would get together, play Risk. That was a lot of fun.
You ever play Sorry? I was huge into Sorry growing up. That was
Sorry. I did play Sorry. That one. That was like the same sort of thing as like Monopoly or Life. It was like a fun time board game for me, but not one I would fully invest myself in.
Not too complicated. Just like a very simple game.
Yeah. That and again, like I was saying earlier, I would play. It wasn't really a board game, but more like a social deduction game. Werewolf. Me and my buddies used to play Werewolf all the time.
The board game. I haven't heard of that one.
That's basically, it's the game where we all sit around in a circle. One person is a werewolf and they kill out somebody each round. We got to figure out who the werewolf is. But yeah, we used to play that all the time.
Is that like Clue-ish? Like kind of like Clue, where you got to figure out?
Well, actually, to be honest, we used to play Clue a lot too.
Yeah, Colonel Mustard.
Yeah, we used to play. I have a whole fucking shelf just full of board games back there. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Battleship we used to play. We used to play Battleship.
I remember there was a version of Battleship me and my cousin would play. If your ship got sunk, it'd shoot water in your face.
Well, I don't need that. I don't need that. And actually, you know what I used to love too? You ever play a game called Mastermind?
Oh man, dude, that's an underrated game right there. Yeah, where you have to guess the right combo and you had enough.
Yeah.
Dude, that was me and my dad loved that game. That was a really fun one.
Mastermind, that's another good one.
Mastermind was fucking sick. We have a few more questions coming in the chat that say, Lance, if you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would it be?
You know what? I thought of an answer, but I'm going to change it real quick. Living or dead? I would. You know what? We'll say David Fincher. Maybe
Who's
I could
that?
have He's a film director, but he's probably my favorite, or I think he's one of the best, very technically proficient film directors. So I don't know. Maybe I could have a very good conversation with him.
What are your thoughts on David Lynch? You like his projects? Because he's another one that's very out there. Very out there.
Yeah, he's very eccentric.
Yeah.
He's different. I think he's okay. I think he's if you're in the mood for something weird, then sure. But yeah, he's kind of he's out in left field somewhere.
No,
He's a
definitely.
different experience.
You watch Twin Peaks by any chance?
I've watched like the first half of the first season, and I've
Yeah.
started it multiple times, and then something always I end up trailing off, and I don't know
It's
why.
a weird ass show. It really is so.
It is.
It is so weird. But I mean, if you do pay attention to the little things here and there, it really does it pays off eventually. But that show is weird as absolute shit. Any thoughts on driving across the country tomorrow? I've never. You ever driven across the country? I never have.
I have. I did it once
Really?
in 2016. Me and my father drove from Boston to LA because I was moving to LA, so we drove across country. And we left at 6 o'clock at night. He went to sleep and woke up the next morning, and I was already in Indiana.
Oh my god.
I easily think I could have driven to LA in 2 or 3 days if I really wanted to, but we stopped for a couple of days in Vegas, and
That's a task
we
right
made
there.
we made a trip of it, but.
Sarah Palmer, she's dead, wrapped in plastic. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know who the hell that is. Who is this?
She was like the main dead lady that they're trying to figure out what happened. Then we have a question I'm sure you've heard many of times, but I'm sure if not, you may have not heard it. What's your hair care process?
So and this is why. Hey, look, Angry. Okay, I get you. You know, you're coming in here talking about your double shampoo. You're double pooing. All right.
I double poo every night.
But I'm telling you, okay, I'm telling you from experience with a man who has head of hair like this. Okay, you have got to get that fucking conditioner in there. You have got to get conditioner. It's an absolute requirement. If anything, you got to double condition and remove the shampoo. That's what you should be doing. But I make sure to I've been constantly changing it up. I change up the shampoo and conditioner brand all the time. And I make sure that whatever I'm getting is volumizing so that it's really, you know, my hair looks nice and full, especially when it's this thin.
Yeah.
And I never hair dry it. I've said this
Really,
before. I
just
never
air
use a hair
dry it?
dryer. Never use a hair dryer because if
No.
you use a hair dryer, it dries out your hair. So I always I use a towel and I air dry it. And that's kept it nice and healthy.
All right.
So I think that's an important thing that a lot of people underestimate. Yeah.
All right, let's finish up these questions here, and I'm going to give you about 30 minutes so you can get prepared for your stream so I don't just drop you right into it. But what else do we have here? If Lance could go back to the beginning of his Twitch career and give himself some advice, what would he say?
Honestly, I would say trust the process. I think what I did was correct. I came on, I said, I'm going to try my best to network with people. I'm going to try my best to take it slow. Don't expect any major growth immediately and just see what happens. And I've been extremely fortunate. You know, I said, come on here, make your personality known, try to entertain people, and hopefully if people enjoy it and they accept what you have to give, then you'll grow a community. And you know, it seems to have panned out. So that's what I would say. I would say just trust what you're going to do.
I mean, people really do underestimating how important networking is. That is honestly, it's the most important thing. It is so important. Like, you can't just play your game and just never talk to anyone. Like, nothing will happen. Like,
no, I when I started streaming, I went a couple of months with 0 viewers. Honestly none. And as soon as I went on CuteBot, everything changed. That's when I started to meet people. And again, it could have been anybody. It just so happened to be CuteBot because that was the first channel I went on. And I realized, well, this is what happens when you collaborate, when you talk to people, when you network. And I never did that in my past. I always felt like, and I think that's why a lot of my previous projects failed. I always felt like in order for the accomplishment to be mine, I had to do it myself. And then I realized as I got older, no, it's a team, and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with at the end saying it was me and everybody else, and we all did this together. I don't have to just take the credit myself. So I think that was a very important lesson to learn.
Yeah. And that's why I'm building the Channel 9 team, because I feel like it's we all are doing our unique things. It's you can go to any other channel on Channel 9. We only have 3 people so far, and we all cover different bases that are different on every single one. So, I mean, I feel like that is having a team is very important. It is. Let's get a few more questions in for Lance. Lance has been a great guest. That is absolutely true, Robskins. I agree. How much experience does a man does he have? More or less than Fabio? He wouldn't call him Fabio. He's not Fabio. Chase checked DMs. I did. And we have that here. Well, Lance, I want to thank you so much for being here. We're going to probably right into about the 10 o'clock period. It's now 9:30 now, and we are going to send it right over to you. Can we get a round of applause for everyone, for Lance? There it is. And I got to say, once again, after knowing you for so long, finally, we're doing some sort of collaboration, like having us both on the same stream. I love it. I do love it. And I want to thank you again for coming on.
And again, I want to thank you for having me.
Of
it
course.
was an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. And thank you, everybody else. What a wonderful audience. Oh, what a great audience. Beautiful, beautiful people.
Yes. Oh, what's that one? Sounds like they're falling down a well.
What the? Oh, Jesus.
All right, Lance. So thanks for being here. We're going to raid over to you very soon. Have a great night, Lance. See you soon.
Thank you for having me.
All right, have a good one. There we go. Our first guest, now and done. Our first guest is here. There's our first guest. We're dragging our next guest, who is going to fill the rest of the hour, the rest of the half hour. Actually, probably just more 20 minutes until we have Corey Feldman on, which is Tracy. Welcome in, Tracy. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Hi.
How are you doing tonight, Tracy? How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How you doing?
I'm doing
Great.
good. I'm doing good.
I really, really liked your thing with Lance. It went amazing, as always.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you.
Great interview. Great guest.
Definitely. Only the best guest on Late Night Tonight. That is a fact. That's a fact.
Yes.
I'm the next guest, Robskins. You want to pop in Discord? I'll drag you in right now. I'll drag you in right now. If you want to. I mean, feel free. Lance with the 5 gifted.
One of the best singers.
Lance, thank you. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Lance. Thank you. Much appreciated. With the horns.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you soon. Look forward to seeing you soon. I do. Malv, don't yoke me. Don't yoke me. Tracy, say hi to me, please. Time is begging for a hello.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time.
Hello, princess. I know you're looking.
You've ever seen.
There she is. Hey, don't ball Tracy. Don't ball Tracy, okay? Don't ball. Stop balling Tracy.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers and one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen.
Wait, I should do something better for my Discord. That looks like crap. Just have an angel's face on a tiny little circle right there.
Well, I mean that's what we got. Let's work with what we got.
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers and one of the best
fill my balls so I
you've
can
ever
ball
seen.
Tracy. Tracy doesn't have the ability to fill your balls, Malv. Your balls are empty, and that's by your choice. You emptied your balls, and that is your choice.
I have no power over the balls.
You emptied your balls, and I mean, I can't help you with that. I really can't. Tracy, I gotta say, I'm excited. In the last 5 minutes, we're gonna have our musical guest, Corey Feldman. You know Corey Feldman?
I do know who Corey Feldman is.
Corey
Funny
Feldman.
enough,
I mean, he's
a washed-up child actor.
No, don't say that. He's not washed up.
Who acts like Michael Jackson.
He doesn't act like... He doesn't act like Michael Jackson. He really doesn't. He really doesn't.
Thank you.
Channel 9 News and frozen pizza is the best Tuesday gets. That's a fact, Reed. That is a fact. It is. It is. With Channel 9 with more to come. Is who? What?
What? Malv said rip Corey.
He's talking about Corey Feldman isn't dead. They're saying Dog the Bounty Hunter's dead. Corey Feldman's not dead.
Aw.
He's not dead.
Wait,
There's no way.
I heard that Dog the Bounty Hunter died.
He's
sadly.
not. He didn't die. He didn't die.
Yeah, he got smashed by some giant boobas.
All right, Tracy, you're buying into the chat. You're buying into the chat. It's not true. It's not true.
But everybody says that.
Well, you can't listen to what everyone says. You listen to what everyone says, then you'll believe a lot of strange things. You will.
He got smashed by big boobas.
Have a good one, Yoon. Thanks for being here. No, he didn't get smashed by boobs. He did not get smashed by boobs. He does not.
He did?
He did not. No. He's got an accomplished music career. He does, Harold. That's a fact. I mean, Corey Feldman, he's honestly the modern day Michael Jackson, as Tracy said. He really is. The modern day Michael Jackson. That's what I would call him. It's true. It's true.
If you say so.
He is. Wait till you see in his performance. The guy has moves like no other. He has moves like no other, and that is the truth. It is.
Really?
Perfect comparison. Thank you. It is. The guy has moves like none other. He does a mix of dubstep and singing, which is not seen before. It's not seen before.
Wait a minute. I've seen one of his performances.
Yeah? Well, you haven't seen this one.
On a late show somewhere.
Oh, by the way, let me
Was it
point
you?
out to the Channel 9 band. Can we say hello to the Channel 9 band once again? Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Amazing
Channel 9
work.
band, always on standby. Always on standby. He moves like no other. He moves like Michael Jackson. No, I would say he puts his own twist. He puts his own twist on Michael Jackson. Come on, he's got moves like Jagger. That's a fact. Is that all the band could play? Hey, that's their go-to jingle. That's their go-to jingle. Well, they got that.
Oh, that's hype.
Yes. By the way, this is the last episode of a certain type, because it's not the last episode of the show. But listen to this. From now on, we're doing 2 guests a show. 2 guests a show is the new normal. It is. So all of these next 2 episodes, next week we have Leslie Tanner and Josh Belmar in one episode, back to back. Back to back. An hour of interview and an hour of guest call-ins. Also, Josh Belmar, the same thing. The week after, Windbag, and we'll have to find a second guest for him. And it looks like for our next guest, people are requesting Nobbies. People want Nobbies to come in here and be involved.
Nobbies.
I mean,
That would be amazing.
I wouldn't be against it. I would not be against it at all. I would not. I would not.
Nobbies can show off his color. He said his lights change color.
He has showed me. They do. They do. I'll check my schedule. Please do. Please do.
Check your chat. Check your. Oh, I can't speak. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You were taking shots with me and Lance?
I think I took more shots than you and Lance did.
Jeez. By the way, did you see that wood chip alcohol he had? I never heard such a thing in my life. You heard of something like that?
Oh, yes, I have.
You have?
I got some rum runner for Christmas, and all it had was like these bits in it, right?
Yeah.
Like these bits of things, and you fill it up with rum, and you let it set for like 48 hours, and then you drink it, and it's supposed to be really great.
What the hell? I just can't imagine wood chips in my alcohol. That just sounds odd. It really does.
I don't know about wood chips, but if you're that kind of drinker, but this had like apples and like I don't know, it looked like flowers.
That sounds good. Like fermented apples. Do you eat the chips? You don't eat the chips. I don't think you eat.
You strain them out.
You strain out the chips. Is that what you do?
Or at least that's what I did. Mine come with a little strainer that you strain it out of.
Toothpick rum. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Rum runner. It's what it was called.
I've never had any of that fancy stuff.
Bacardi rum in it, and it was delicious. It was really too sweet. I had to put a lot of ice in it.
Whiskey tastes like putting furniture in my mouth, so wood chip tracks. I mean, I don't blame you. I've only had whiskey once or twice. You guys ever had Fireball? That stuff I hate.
Oh,
I find
hate
Fireball. It's just the strongest cinnamon of all time. It's just like big red gum. It's too abrasive. It really is too abrasive.
You want to know why I hate Fireball?
Tell me.
Because when you put it in the freezer, it actually freezes.
What?
Yeah, it turns into ice.
Well, I mean, then you got a slush. Then you got a slushy. You got a slushy.
I have Fireball slushy, yes. I want to know how Harold knows what furniture tastes like, though.
Hey, you don't judge someone. Don't judge them.
Okay.
Fireball's gross. I agree, Mo. Fireball keeps me warm on the mountain. You a big snowboarder, Reed? You a big snowboarder? The cinnamon tastes like warmth. I don't know about that. I remember at Thanksgiving, my aunt would bring like a 16-pack of those mini Fireballs. And she'd also bring a giant thing of Sky vodka. A giant thing of Sky vodka.
Love Sky vodka.
I think that stuff's expensive. I've never even seen that in the store. I guess I haven't looked.
What? That's what I drink.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta go with the Absolute. The Absolute.
No, I've been drinking Sky lately. It's
really?
so good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to give it a
I
shot.
think it's Swedish.
Well, I don't want to say it, but it tastes like putting wood in my mouth because that doesn't look right. No, you're not putting wood in your mouth. Don't put wood in your mouth, please. Please don't. Please don't.
No wood in your mouth.
No, that's not what we need. Grandma sounds fun. Hey, it's my aunt, and she is. I remember I was in an Xbox chat with Clear Z, and she showed up to the house. I'm on Xbox chat with all my buddies, and everyone just hears, Chasey! Chase! And she runs over and gives me a hug while I'm on the mic. Everyone just hears, Chasey! And then they made fun of me. They made fun of me for the next year plus. I mean, it was embarrassing.
Interesting.
It was embarrassing.
It's interesting that you say aunt instead of aunt.
Aunt. Why?
Aunt?
Ant is a bug.
No, aunt is a southern thing, I think, but some people do say aunt here.
Yeah, aunt is how you have to say it, because aunt and aunt are two different things. I mean, aunt has a bunch of legs, and it sometimes has fire coming out of it.
What?
Fire ants.
Do you say auntie or auntie?
I don't say either. I just say aunt. I don't put an IE at the end.
Oh, you don't speak cute about your aunt?
No.
Oh,
I don't.
sad.
I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. That's how it is.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm not doing
That's okay.
IEs. I'm not.
No IEs? So you don't say Tracy?
I say Tracy,
That's
that's your name.
The same thing.
Well, that's your name. It is. Shout out to all the ants out there. I remember one story where I was in the pool, and there was a little pack of dead fire ants. At least I thought they were dead. I went into the pool, a pack. There's a collection of fire ants. Don't give a shout to ants.
Why not?
But what happened is that I was in the pool and I floated over towards the dead pool of ants. And guess what? They still made my skin feel like fire. They still were immensely painful, and they stung me after death. I don't know how they did it. They were sitting there drowned.
They weren't dead.
I mean, they were sitting there floating in the water.
They can float.
What?
Yeah, like they latch together and make a raft whenever they're in water. They can live for a long time.
That can't be true.
They were alive. That's why they stung you.
They do that, dude, in little balls? They actually fucking make rafts? There's no way.
Yes, they do.
They're gonna take over the world. I believe it. Same with cockroaches. Chasey's aunt is fire. I mean, she's all right. She's all right. She's all right. I won't say she's fire.
Floating is possible in part because of the waxy body covering and small, bubble-holding hairs that help keep fire ants waterproof. Even so, the ants still need oxygen, so workers frequently trade places as they float.
That's so sweet.
Is it? You wish you were an ant?
They trade places. They're so cute.
You wish you were an ant right now?
I wish somebody would keep me afloat when I need oxygen. Yes.
I'd keep you afloat. I'm a big bulbous man. I would float. I am.
You're not bulbous.
A raft, I must see this. They do it. People call me cockroach sometimes and think that's a burn or something. I'm going to exist till the end of time. Cockroaches will survive the nuclear winter. That is upcoming very soon. I mean, it's bound to happen. It is.
Absolutely.
And the cockroaches will be here. They will be.
If they can survive Florida and Australia, they can survive anything.
Rad roaches. Dude, we're probably not going to get a new Fallout game for another 10 years because they're working on Elder Scrolls 19 after Skyrim, after all these years. I know. We're probably not going to get one of those for a long time. A long time, I got to say. Right before it hits, you can be like, called it. I mean, I do not want to. I hope that I do not live through the nuclear winter. I do hope that. But I got to say that I used to get so stoned back in the day. I would get so stoned that I'd be scared. Just the thought of Earth is floating like this in space and it could just go off kilter, I'd just be scared. Like, what if just the Earth gets out of center and I just fly to the ceiling? And I get stuck to the ceiling, and the Earth is going into the nether realm. I mean, it could happen. It could happen.
It's not floating.
It is floating. What do you mean?
No, it's like sinking.
Sinking?
Yeah. It's
That's
like
even scarier, like Titanic.
Yeah, it's going down a drain. That's why we spin.
That's disturbing. That's just as scary, Tracy. Squid, how's it going? Welcome in, Squid. Mark, welcome in just as well. Welcome in, Squid and Mark. Welcome in.
Welcome.
We just had our eclectic guest, Lance from Saints. We're about to shoot off to our Corey Feldman musical performance soon. We have Tracy at the tail end of this episode. Welcome in. Welcome in.
Yeah, I'm at the tail end.
At the tail end. She is. She is. 2013 was a scary time. Why do you say that, Mark? What was so scary about it? Please tell me. It's 2013? I mean, it was. Every year before now is scary. Even this year's scary. It is. Tracy, that's too scary. I agree, Red Flag. It is. Lance Vance? No, not the guy from Vice City. Not the guy from Vice City. 2013 was the birth of Vine. Oh my God.
Oh,
fucking Vine. I loved Vine. There was another thing that was amazing. Like Vine, where you could do live things. A Periscope.
TikTok? Periscope.
Anyone remember Periscope? That was like, everyone was doing live things on that. That was like one of a kind. Tom Green was doing live shit on there. Periscope did not last long. Yeah. The Mayan, oh my God, the Mayan calendar. True. I remember
every year.
I remember, Mark, that me and my buddies, we were so confident that the world was going to end in 2012 with the Mayan calendar that we're like, we all want to be in Xbox chat together.
No.
I swear to God. I swear to God. We're like, okay, on that day, we're going to hop in Xbox together. If the world ends, we're going out together.
Wait,
And I mean,
how old were you?
Probably 20 years old.
God.
So we're all in the Xbox chat together, confirmed that the world was just going to end. But have we ever lived since then?
Mm-hmm.
Has the world ever felt the same since then? I don't think so. I feel like the world did end that day, because as the world has not been the same since 2012. It has not been. It hasn't been.
I'm so sorry you went through that.
It's true. Well, if the internet went out first, then Mulv, I would not know what to do with my life. Me without the internet is literally just a caveman. I don't know what to do. The last time my internet and power went out for multiple days, I ended up filming fake paranormal videos in my room on my phone. I did. I went to Universal Studios on 6/6/2006. Oh my God, Sticks. Did they have demons out and about? Good Lord. 6/6/2006.
Sticks, was that during Mardi Gras? Because Mardi Gras
HP,
slaps.
welcome in, HP. How's it going? Gooba, welcome in. How's it going, HP and Gooba? Welcome in. Welcome in. On the tail end of this late night tonight. Good to have you. Good to have you. Yes. We're about to have our live performance from Corey Feldman coming up within the next 10 minutes. It is going to be a good one. Corey Feldman, I'm actually honored for him to come on this show and do a live performance. I am. What a guy.
Okay.
What a guy.
Corey Feldman.
Feet don't fail me now. When pickles and sodas, Mark, we do have to figure that out. I am going to do that. I am going to do it. And beans. Yeah, the bean boozle. The bean boozle. I do have to do that. R.I.P. Corey. Corey Feldman isn't dead. He's not dead, is he? I don't think he's dead.
Are you sure?
I don't think Corey Feldman's dead. I really don't.
Dead.
He looks dead. That's not nice. I don't think he's dead.
I'm sorry, Corey. You're an amazing guest. Thank you for being on so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. But you look dead.
He's not dead. All right, let me pull this up real quick. There we go.
Oh my gosh, why did I Google his name?
His music credibility is, well, that's a fact. I mean, Corey Feldman, he's not doing what he used to. He's not doing what he used to. As we can see, the small tie right here. What?
Don't besmirch our musical guest.
He's going to do just as good regardless, okay? He's going to be just as good. He's a professional, all right? Corey Feldman is a professional. That's what he does. He's professional.
Tie?
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He is. He is.
Oh, what is your tie?
What is my tie?
Yes.
What?
What is that?
What?
All night I just wondered, what the fuck is he doing there?
Oh, what the hell? That's Corey. Corey, get out of here. It's not your time yet. Corey, get out of here, Corey.
Oh my God, I'm legit scared of this man. He's gonna bite me. I'm gonna become a vampire. Please stop.
Not my tie. Fuck, you ruined my tie.
I didn't ruin shit.
All right, that's better. Now it's even smaller.
Oh my God, just like something else.
There it is. Mark, we will do the Bean Boozle and the sodas. Thank you again for sending those in. The P.O. Box wide open. We had various P.O. Box items sent in. Various. We're excited to get into all of those. We are.
Let me pog the box.
Sure. There it is. And Trace even sent in some big fuzzy socks, which is something I've wanted for a long time. Big fuzzy socks. I'm wearing them right now. I'm wearing them right now. It sounds lame, but that's literally what I wanted. I just want big fuzzy socks. That's all I wanted.
Show feet then.
I'm not showing my feet.
Why not?
I'm not showing my feet.
I see the socks.
No, I'm not showing my feet.
I haven't seen the socks. You sent me like a picture of you in the dark.
Are you wearing an ascot? What is that? A mascot that shows its ass? I don't know what that is. What is an ascot? I don't know what that is.
Scooby-Doo? Fred from Scooby-Doo? He wears an ascot.
Oh, really? I know. That's like I don't know what that is. That's not what this is. This is a tie. This is a tie that's like, a little small. It is.
Yeah, it's like a small tie.
It is. I mean, there's nothing crazy about that. Maybe it's Lenny Kravitz. Now that guy wears big old scarves. Now that's a fact.
Oh,
that guy wears big old scarves. And he wants to fuck a Milky Way, apparently. That's the thing.
Oh my God.
That's true.
Milky Way.
He wants to fuck a Milky Way. It's true. He does.
I mean, Who doesn't though? Milky Ways are awesome.
I never loved the Milky Way to the point where I have to fuck it. Never once.
Have you
Even a Mars, I've heard. Mars bar is just what is it? That's just the UK version of a Milky Way or a Snickers, isn't it? Ascot's a bold fashion choice. Yes, it is. That's a fact. Yes, it is, Harold. That's a fact. I think a Mars bar is just a UK Snickers bar. I think that's all it is.
I don't think so. I don't think it has.
It's
peanuts.
like a Milky Way. You get them from
Milky Way,
you get them from Canada. Oh shit! I'll have to try them. I remember they used to have a candy bar that was my favorite, which they've demolished these days. Which is the what's it called? The s'mores candy bar. That's something you can't get anymore. The s'mores candy bar was amazing. Absolutely loved the s'mores candy bar. It was just like it was a candy bar that had marshmallow, graham cracker. It was like everything in a s'more, and it was so.
Who made it?
It was Hershey. Hershey made it.
Hershey?
Yeah, but then they didn't sell very well, so they changed the formula and they just made it worse. And then they got rid of it because they had a good formula and then they changed it. It got even worse. It got horrible, and then they just canned it, which really bothered me. Really bothered me. I'd go to a candy shop with my dad at the mall, and we get them all the time. We did. You can get a Mars bar in the U.S. It's true. Might I ask what beautiful city is behind me? That is Washington, D.C. The nearest city to me. Washington, D.C. Right there, Harold. It is. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful place. I mean, we are in New York City. We are in New York City, but broadcast from Washington, D.C. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We're all over the East Coast. We really are. We really are. All right, let's get this real quick. Let me check something right quick. What's so funny?
Nothing.
What's so funny? Please tell me. Please tell me.
Nothing.
Good. Good. There we are. What the hell? FunZip, welcome in. Welcome in, FunZip. How's it going? Welcome in, FunZip. Good to have you. But when you zoom in, it looks different, doesn't it? It does look kind of different. It does. I gotta admit. It does look kind of different. It's not the same. What the... FunZip, welcome in. Welcome in, FunZip. By the way, FunZip, we're watching some old VODs. Me and Trace were in Discord, watched some old VODs. I had some really early VODs saved. And you were all over them. I saw FunZip just saying fucking hilarious shit. He was. He was. There she is. There she is. Beautiful. Well, Tracy, I would like you to stick around, but we're going to have our musical guest real quick do his performance, and we will talk shortly after, all right?
All right.
All right, here's our musical guest of the night, Corey Feldman. Hit it, Corey. Hit it.
Get it. All she wanna do is twerk. Hit the club. Tell him.
Check your life again. Make you beg for mercy, still nobody notice them. Just when you think it's all over, no hope in life, so what you gonna do? Every shot flies from exposure. So what have you got to lose? We got nothing to lose, so baby, let's go for it. Come on, let's go for it. We got nothing to lose, so baby, let's go for it. Come on, let's go.
Do not ball Corey. We have Corey Feldman as our musical guest, A2C. One of a kind. Do not ball him. He'll get mad. What's up, Purple? Do not ball him. Stop bowling Corey. Come on. Come on. Come on.
We got nothing to lose, so baby, baby, let's go for it. Let's go for it. We're passing into the club, let's start tearing it up. Don't get me down on the floor, we can dance some more.
Get it, Corey. Get it, Corey. Don't care about the balls. Get that shit, Corey. Here comes Timberland.
Come on now, get it, say it with me, get it, yo, Falvin, go for it.
Oh, come on, Foil. Thank you, Sussy. There he is. Round of applause. Round of applause for Corey. Round of applause for Corey. That was amazing. Can I get a round of applause for Corey, who just absolutely just killed it? Light this stage on fire. He really did just light the stage on fire. Holy moly. What a musical guest. What a musical guest. Encore. I don't know if he can handle another one. I don't know if he can. Can we get more applause? We need more applause for that. We need more applause for that. Double up the applause. Triple up the applause. We can't stop applauding for that. That was amazing. That was amazing. It really was. Corey Feldman absolutely demolishing it. Showing he's a lot more. He's a lot more than a child star. He is. He's evolved. He's evolved. He has. He's evolved. There we go. Thank you, audience. Thank you. Thank you. You like that? I mean, he was good. R.I.P. Doc Ice. Inspired, really. I mean, he's an inspiration. He really is. Watch me die. He's not dying. Stop smoking in the studio. You're gonna light something on fire. You're gonna light something on fire. Corey Feldman absolutely killing it out in the game.
Shit.
He's killing it. He is. All right, you're gonna set the studio on fire. Stop with the cannabis. Stop with the cannabis. Okay? Stop with the cannabis. All right,
That's good
that's
shit.
too much cannabis. Too much cannabis.
That's good shit. Yep, that's good shit. Yep, that's good shit. Yep, that's good
He killed
shit.
me, all right. Tracy, if you want to hop back in, we have 5 minutes remaining.
That's good
Please
shit.
do.
Yep, that's good
Stop with the
shit.
bowling. Don't.
That's good shit. That's good shit. Yep, that's good shit. That's good shit.
We need to get stoned now. Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
I mean, Corey Feldman, we are lucky enough to get such a eclectic guest. Watch your balls. To get such an eclectic guest as in Corey Feldman, who is honestly pioneering stop with the cannabis. Corey Feldman's recovering.
I'm in so much
That's
pain.
good shit.
There's so much pain.
Yes, from watching that.
You're not in pain after watching Corey. Do not besmirch Corey.
For it.
Yeah, I know. That's his main signal. That's his main.
So cringe.
Stop! Don't say that, cringe. No.
I can't help it.
No, he's not cringe. That guy's a pioneer of music, and I'm very lucky to have such honorable guests as him. Honorable music guests as him. I am. Should I go for it? Yes, you should. Yes, you should. I'm contact guys. Studio is 97% THC, 3% oxygen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to smoke you out. I apologize. GFI. I don't know what that means, Chief. What does that mean? She's just mad she never went for it. Tracy, you didn't go for it, did you? You didn't go for it.
So true. I never went for it like he did.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm so jealous.
I am too.
I'm so mad.
People sound like they want an encore. I gotta say, people sound like they want an encore. You guys want an encore, Corey Feldman, right now? You want an encore? You want an encore? You want Corey to go for it again? Encore? Yes? You guys want Corey to hit that shit again? Huh? Huh? You guys want that shit? Yes? Yes? Get it, Corey! Round 2, hit that shit, Corey! Hit it, Corey! Corey? Fuck!
Timberland, yeah. Timberland couldn't save it. Oh no.
Hit it, Corey! Hit it, Corey! Hit it, Corey!
What the fuck is this?
Hold on, Tracy. He's hitting moves. Hold on. The crowd loves it. The crowd loves it. Corey, people love you, Corey. People love you. Corey loves you. The crowd loves you, Corey. The crowd loves you, Corey. They do. No, this is the only song. That's the only song he does.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Everyone sing along.
Go for it. Get it, Corey. Get it, Corey. Go for it. Go for it. Hit that shit, Corey. Hit that shit. Go for it. Go for it. You got this, Corey. You got this, Corey. The crowd loves it. The crowd loves it. They do. The crowd loves it. They really do. Yes. 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 There he is. With the second round. With the second round. Corey Feldman absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it. We are hitting the 3-hour mark. I want to thank everyone for being a part of this episode of Late Night Tonight. We're going to raid one more time. We can't do it again. There's no way. We can't do it again. There's no way. We really cannot do it again. That would be too much. If we did it one more time, that'd be ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous. It would be. It would be. Ah, do not shoot Corey. Do not shoot Corey. Thank you everyone for being here. We're gonna raid our guest of tonight, Lance from Saints. Thank you everyone for, do not yoke me. The second episode of Late Night Tonight with next week, Leslie Tanner and Josh Belmar. Next week, two partnered streamers. Two different partnered streamers back to back. Back-to-back partner streamers on next week's episode. We will see you tomorrow. Angry Scar 09 will see you tomorrow playing video games, having a good time, streaming the next 4 days. The next 4 days in a row, I'll be here. I'll be here. Thanks everyone for being here, and have a good one. Have a good one, Clown Baby, Chief, Tenacious, Reed, everyone, Scotch. Have a fantastic night. Look forward to seeing you. Yupto, Toy Machine, Mauve. We'll see you very soon. Please show some love. Show some love to our guest. Our guest, Lance from Saints. Please show you love for Lance. Please do. Have a good night, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. We got nothing to lose, so baby, let's go for it. Come on, let's go.
go for